streaming.
All right, sure.
And that did it. So I can't see anything, but the live button is on. And yep, I see a delay and I see you. So you should get up there in a minute.
Let me refresh.
My face is being covered. You hear me when I vape?
Are you vaping right now?
Yes, it was.
No, I can't hear you at all.
Good, because that's a super annoying sound. There's certain sounds.
It's significantly annoying.
You know what else I can't stand? Is people, and I hope you're not one who does this, people that chew like potato chips. Yes, with an open mic. They got open mic on and they're chewing potato chips or talking to like someone else in the room and they're like, hey, yeah, get the pizza. And it's like, no, I really don't want to have to mute you because I play random always, you know? But it's like, you can't. Why would you do that? Do you do that? You don't do that, do you? I don't think I've ever heard.
Eat while talking?
Like in the microphone, like with the audio on? No, because you have the good setup so that nobody's hearing you eat potato chips. If you eat potato chips.
If I wanted to, yeah, they wouldn't hear me like at all. You know. But at the same time, like it goes hand in hand. The people that eat potato chips, but then the other thing is people that work at call centers that fucking chew on ice while they're talking to you. While they talk to you,
who's chewing on ice while they talk?
A lot of fucking people. All right,
You've seen this happen?
I've had it happen to me when I've called people, and when they've called me when they're escalating the calls. Like, I don't know why the guy's mad. Well, I fucking wonder. I wonder, Deborah.
Right. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Okay, I got a few things that we want to go over today. Go over Doge Coin, HWIN, IOVA, MTSL, Walmart, Ride, PLB, ELY, camping stocks, and about like 500 more. But the main one is Doge. Do you know what Doge Coin is?
Nah.
You're not like no idea. Are you looking at the stream right now? Can you see? I don't know how delayed it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. Can't you see me chatting?
What? No.
I said, what's up,
can. I can see that now. Yeah.
Gosh.
I didn't know I was supposed to look like.
I'm getting a little concerned right now.
Well,
getting a little concerned.
Can't chat. It's okay. Chat and all. Act like it. Do you see that candle? That big bluish teal looking candle that's rising up?
That's not a candle. That's a graph.
Yeah, it's called a candlestick.
No, that is a graph.
It's a graph. Yep, it's a candlestick graph. So, candlesticks, bars, heat candle.
It's a graph.
Oh, you can't see it because my face is over the word candle. Nah, whatever.
Ha! See, it's a graph.
Look. For now, it's a graph, but it has a candlestick on it.
No.
So this is Dogecoin. Dogecoin was started by two guys, right? These two programmer guys. Like cryptocurrency was all the rage. Actually, it wasn't even the rage at the time, but it was an interesting thing. And these two guys start Dogecoin. Let me see if I can find out. In 2013. So 7 years ago, these two programmers start this as a joke. It's not like you may think all cryptocurrency is a joke, or you may think that it's valid. I don't know. But a lot of people think it's valid. Dogecoin, however, is a joke. It was literally created as a joke. It's, you know, that dog, those dogs, what are they called? I can't think of the name of the dog.
Chihuahua.
No, this
Doberman.
Dog. See that picture? Is it up yet?
Dog there. You're moving the graph right now. I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's find out. The name of these dogs. My buddy has one of these dogs.
Dogecoin. That what? A corgi?
No, that's not a corgi.
I don't know.
It's one of those.
I'm not a dog person, man.
I just know the
cat. I'll tell you the type, the breed, the sex, the smell. Like,
really? Because I have extra cats. If you'd like some.
No, probably not. But I sounded pretty confident.
You did. That's why I was seriously about to give you some cats. I will send them through the mail to get rid of them if I have to. I'm not kidding.
UPS. What's in this?
And they're very vocal. Like, you know, they have cats that talk. Like, I have a cat that it doesn't talk because I haven't taught it to talk because I don't want it to, but it could. It's extremely vocal. Whatever. Anyways, the point is, Doge Coin is a joke.
Cat to talk. Okay. All right. Back to the joke. Got it.
It's a joke coin, right? It burns off. Messed up. It burns off 10,000 every day or something like that. So
burns off 10,000 what? Like
coins. So I think it's a day. So if you're looking at it, I put in the wrong. Let's put in the right one here. That's my cap. Let's go to Doge. We'll go to finance because that's what I'm actually paying attention to at the minute. So yeah, if you're in TradingView, you would go to DOGE and then USD, and the one you want is the one that on the right hand side. Yeah, the one on the right that says Binance though. So there's quite a few different ones. Crypto's a little.
Okay, so Binance. So the Dogecoin / Tetheris. Tetheris. So the Binance.
No, not Tether. Doge. So that it's DOGE USD.
Mm-hmm.
And on the, you should see your top result is
calculated by TradingView Binance.
That's the one, yeah. And we're just looking at that one because
just read the whole fucking thing, man.
Look, I shouldn't have to say all of the words.
You have to say all of the words.
Okay, I'll say all the
ignorance words. Is bliss until it's ignorance, and then you're just like, what the fuck? Okay, continue. All right, Dogecoin. Got it. So, I got a graph. It's got stuff on it.
Yeah. So it's at 36 cents, basically 37 cents right now. And I think it's a day that like 10,000 times 37 cents disappears every day. So the way the code's written, they just disappear into thin air. Poof, they're gone. Doesn't matter, right? So if Dogecoin, say for instance, got to, $1,000, right? And then per coin, then times 10,000, that would mean like $10 million would disappear daily into thin air, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a professional.
So
I can't be expected to know these things.
So the way this joke is laid out, which obviously some people don't consider it a joke. They're obviously investing in this.
I think most people know it's a joke, but you can still invest in the joke, though.
But even people investing in the joke, you're telling me that if this had value.
Oh my God! Hold on. I gotta go ahead. You talk. I gotta change the description. It says that we're talking about the infrastructure bill. Go on. You go ahead and talk.
Okay. No worries. So if people invested in this supposed joke, and the way this code is written is to automatically just poof, gone, magic. Is that a real 10 million USD value that just goes poof, gone? Like, are these guys like racking in a lot of money, or are they just totally fucking with people's emotions right now? Like what? Like,
no, they're not.
I mean,
and it's not that much. So it's 10,000 coins. So the current amount, and I could have this wrong. I should really look at this before to really Google this. But my understanding is that it's. I've stayed away from Dogecoin forever because it's a joke, and I don't want to mess around with a joke. But today, I have been watching Dogecoin all day long. It's Dogecoin, but you can call it Doggy Coin.
I'm saying dodge, as in like avoid it. Like
sure,
dodge,
yeah.
Dodge,
it's been
sure. All right.
It's been a Doge coin for me for a long time. Now it's a Doge coin today because I've been watching it all day long. My understanding is that $10,000. I'll tell you in 1 second. 10,000 times. Let's see. That would be 0.36. We'll call it. So $3,600 disappears daily. Currently, at its current rate, right? But at its current rate, which it has not been since it opened, is nothing. Because this thing is trading at an insane. The volume is 11 billion.
That's how many people have invested or how many stocks and shares have been purchased?
That's how many have been like traded right now. So let's see the average.
Okay, but in order to trade them, you're either going to have to trade something at equal or lesser value stock wise or with currency. So even if this thing's a joke, these guys have to be making money off of this joke.
Yes and no. So when the coin starts out, let's say there's 1,000 coins, right?
Okay.
And then everyone chips in, say, $1, right? It's worth at that point in time $1,000, $1 per coin, right? There's 1,000 coins. Everyone pays $1 per coin. There's 1,000 is the total market cap, and there's 1,000. This is not the case, but this is the easy example. Now, someone comes in and goes, "Hey, I want to buy this coin." Well, what happened when it first started is they said, "Sure, I'll sell it to you for 98 cents or whatever," and the person bought it for 98 cents, 97 cents. So I don't know if you can see the stream, but if we go all the way back by month, yeah, it doesn't even show it. It's basically back in July of 2019. This thing is at 0.0049 cents. So a half a penny, I guess, is basically the first month how much it's worth. And so if you owned, however many of those at that point, now it's worth 35 cents, 34 cents, 35.
Right. Yeah. It keeps changing. The fucking.
Yeah. It got up to 47 cents this month.
So originally it was a half a penny.
Yeah. I think originally it was worth like a lot more, but this chart's only showing it as half a
penny. All right. So let's just say a year ago, if you invested in this joke for fun, you actually could have came out, a little bit ahead. I mean, a lot of it, considering, I mean, you buy 1,000 of those shares for half a penny, and then you cash them out at 35 cents a pop. I mean, that's a pretty good profit. I mean, what are we looking at if the original purchase, like 1,000 at, you said, what, half a penny? So 0.5. I mean, you're spending $50 for 1,000 of these shares. And
so
then
initial, it's even less than that. It's a half of a penny. So a quarter of a penny was the initial.
Oh, 0.0023. So like $25. Whatever. So like $25, but now you're going to turn around and sell those 1,000 that you bought, so to speak, for at the price of 35 cents. I mean, you're making a profit of $325 off of a joke, something that you probably bought somebody as a gag gift for like their birthday. Like, dude, I totally invested in some crypto for you. Here you go. And like, I guess that's kind of the funny thing with cryptocurrency, because like you never know if it's going to go good. You never know if it's going to be bad. I mean, there was the one kid that invested like $1,000 in cryptocurrency, and he originally had an agreement with his parents that if he became a millionaire before graduating high school, he would not have to go to college. Well, he made over $1 million with his investment in the cryptocurrency when it started to be booming, and cashed it out. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't want to, for instance, go to college, because at that point he doesn't have to worry about student debt. I mean, he's fucking got it paid for. But right, still, it's just like
party. Could have went to UCSD.
These things are weird. I don't know. Like, for something like this to be a joke and start out like that, and then right now it's turning about 35 cents a share. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not. So here's the thing with it, though. There's a basic utility to Dogecoin.
What's next? This Dogecoin is stupid.
Dogecoin is amazing. As soon as it drops down low enough for the real question is, there's this line here, the 65-day moving average. And if it hits that and goes below it.
If you're talking, just so you know, you're muted.
What? How about now?
I can hear you now.
Oh, good. Okay. Am I muted? What? When did I mute myself?
You were muted from me in Discord.
Anyways, so there's a 65-day moving average, and it's approaching it right now. And it appears what it's been doing, that if it bounces off that, then it's going to keep going up. And if it goes below that, then this thing's going to drop back down. But yeah, we'll go off of Doge and go back to, we got some other things that we'll come back to Doge. Doge will be forever a concern
let's
of mine now.
let's dodge the Doge for now, and
but keep in mind, here's the basic use
Hold on,
case
is
for
it a
Doge.
concern because you said that you avoided it? Have you now invested in it? Is that what you're trying to say?
Throughout the course of the day, I have gone in and out. Yes.
And you've invested in Doge?
Throughout the course of the day, yes.
Dumb. It says Dodge in the title. No, I'm kidding.
It's Doge, and I made money today, so it's okay.
Oh,
it's okay.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I didn't make as much as I should have because I got called away. Anyways,
you now have enough money to buy the toy that comes in the Cracker Jack box.
No, I don't.
You're really? You made that little?
I made that little, but I don't have to go to college. So
I mean,
find the happy medium there.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Okay. So Doge, real quick. Here's the use case for Doge. If I want to send you $1 million right now
in Doge,
in general, if I wanted to send you $1 million. All
right. My account number is 123.
123. Money. It would take a lot of time. You'd typically use like Swift payments through the bank, wire it, and the government wouldn't get involved. And
anything over 10 grand, they're like, hey,
yeah, they want to know.
We need to make sure this is legit and not funding terrorists. And then they would look at me like, this guy kills everything in Minecraft. We can't trust him.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Continue.
So they would also charge you for the transfer of the funds, and it would take days to occur, right?
Greedy bastard.
Just like Bitcoin, would transfer, basically instantly. And the charge would be whatever the price fluctuation of the coin is. Now, if it's a stable coin and it's not moving, great. You're not losing any money and your fee is nothing, right? You can even make money during the transfer. But if it's like it is right now, you could lose all your money before it even, I could send you $1 million and by the time it gets to you, it could be $5. Not likely, but it could happen.
And considering that these guys made it as a joke and 10,000 of it disappears every day, you would be out extra money from that million you decided to send me, especially considering you went through this weird ass joke of an investment.
Well, kind of. So without staying on too long, kind of. There's a good case to be said about coins being burned because it reduces the volume. When they get burned, they're not getting that money. Like they just disappear into thin air.
No. They're trading up. They're getting kangaroo coin or something.
Yeah, it switches over to kangaroo coin, goes through another payment source. So, okay, next on the list.
All right, moving on.
This is interesting. Okay, it sent you this message. We're gonna go here. We'll put it in this one. Put it in good old Benzinga Pro here. So this is called Hometown International Inc.
Oh, that place. Yeah, yes. They got great sandwiches. Great sandwiches.
Have you seen? Did you see what the sandwiches look like? So
no. Okay, no, I just can't believe this. All right.
Okay, so their food actually looks great. Their
not
tables
worth that much.
Okay, I'd like to point out that this company is valued at over $100 million, and they have foldable chairs in the dining room. I'd just like to point that out. They also have a whiskey barrel. Nice. That is.
Is it full?
I don't know.
That's for the oh fuck, what are they called? The receptionist lady at the oh my god, what are they at restaurants?
Look, there could be a dead body. This thing partially scares me, honestly.
Your brother's making it.
Look, okay, so this is a deli. It's worth over $100 million.
On the stock market, though.
Yes.
Like well, obviously the company, but in the stocks.
In the stocks.
I just can't understand it because I'm reading the article and they were closed for over 9 months due to coronavirus, and they're still hitting a value of over $100 million.
School of Performing Arts. That's kind of cool. So here's the thing that I wonder about is, did they get COVID relief?
Oh my god!
They were closed for that period of time.
So,
I don't know.
Well, no. They couldn't have because in that report, they made just over 35,000 in that year.
Yeah, so like less than 40,000 in 2 years.
So that's not even including if they made a profit. That's just stating that the company generated a revenue of $35,000, and yet somehow on the stock market, it's worth over $100 million. Government's involved, 100%. Big people, big money, hiding shit. I've seen this movie. We shouldn't talk about this. We're going to die.
Right. That was when I first read this, I honestly got a little bit nervous because $100 million deli, and they made a profit because they did revenue through deli sales of less than 40,000 in 2 years, but they sold stock for $2.2 million.
Mic off.
Okay, but how does the stock even get a value anywhere close to that if they're selling hash browns for $1?
What?
According to that sign,
does it say $1?
Picture, yeah, it says $1 for the hash brown.
Have you seen their food? Because their food looks delicious.
No, the food might look delicious, but it's not $100 million delicious.
Look,
Nobody's fucking food is that delicious. I mean, unless Gordon Ramsay himself owns that deli, I ain't walking into it.
Hey, it's $7.29 for a cheesesteak.
All right, that's still cheap considering that's in Jersey.
That's a great price anywhere. I mean,
yeah,
Kentucky, I can't get a cheesesteak.
I mean, the pastrami and Swiss on rye for $6, the grilled cheese and Texas toast for $3.50. Where the fuck they finding Texas toast for that cheap?
I don't know, but and the sandwiches look great. They're not like
show me some sandwiches. All right, okay. I'm hungry.
That one doesn't look too great. That looks like a deli. Okay, that's not too great. This though, this looks pretty tasty. What's going on there? That's interesting.
What's a whiz? What's a whiz?
Oh, look at this.
Did you say something about a whiz?
No.
Is that fucking chicken strips?
Did I? But this? Oh, I think I passed the chicken. Now I'm looking at the cheesesteak.
Oh, that looks good.
Doesn't that look good?
That's a lot of steak. Like even if it's like a skirt steak or like a really cheap steak, like that. Come on,
that's how sandwiches work.
For that too, though.
In Jersey, that's how sandwiches work. You can't sell like a sandwich with a little bit of meat on it in Jersey. You cannot get away with that. You have to like.
Oh yeah, because this isn't McDonald's.
Well, and it's not only that. Like that's just the thing in Jersey. Like you go to any deli in Jersey, and you're going to get a good portion of meat on. But still, how are they operating at $100 million company, this one location, and selling a cheesesteak like that for like $7.69? I don't understand how that works.
It's got to be a front for something. Like I just like that sounds bad to bring that up and talk about that stuff. But you know what?
Coffee's $1.
They sell coffee and it's $1 a cup. That is why they fucking make money.
That's
Screw Starbucks. I'm going to the deli.
And I believe it. If they had any revenue, they got $40,000 of revenue, which means
get this. They had less than 40,000. 35
in 2 years. In 2 years, right?
And even if they had the COVID relief, they would have to report it, so it would have been on those reports.
Well, here's the real trick. There's like 60 investors.
These investors got a lot of fucking money to be investing in these stocks and making it worth over $100 million, which makes you wonder, what are they hiding that money from to begin with?
It's pretty weird, right?
I mean, like, so have you seen the movie The Accountant?
Yeah, I think so. Ben Affleck.
Yes. Now I love the movie because obviously, you know, he plays an autistic individual in this movie.
He does?
But yeah,
I haven't seen it in years. I got to go back and watch it.
But the fact that he's an accountant and his goal is to help launder money for like criminals and whatnot, and he does like all these different things. That's what this sounds like. Because there's no way. 35,000 in 2 years, and you still have to pay the employees.
There's like one. I don't know. There may be more.
Right.
The reviews say that there's like one chicken.
There's one chick in there. All right. What about the cook?
busting her ass too.
I mean, that's a pretty big deli when you look at all the folding chairs.
Yeah,
for
right?
one person to work in.
Yeah, she's working her ass off in there,
I
serving
bet she
up
doesn't
great
even
food.
get medical.
Probably not. Probably not. Meanwhile, so picture this, right? So you go in this deli, right? You go in this deli, you sit down, and the chick's working, she's busting her ass, the owner's there, and you're like, hey, bro, why don't you like hook your employees up? And you're thinking this guy's a schmuck. Meanwhile, he just sold $2.2 million worth of stock last year. He's sitting at $2 million in like a year, 2 years. From a deli.
A deli that's been closed for most of the year, most of the time for Corona.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's still raising in profit too, though. It's the HWIN one, right? Yeah. So international.
And it's gone down. So the story broke yesterday.
51 cents today. That's probably why it's going down. So like, shit, we're not going to be able to keep laundering this stuff.
That's my guess. My guess is this came out, and some of the people who own money or who had stock in this, who had shares, they immediately sold. Because there was also a joke article about the FBI looking into it, saying Vlad Tenev owned a portion of it, which is a total joke. But basically, like bagging on the guy who owned, or is the CEO of Robinhood. So
is it a joke though?
I don't know anymore.
I mean,
I don't know.
This is gonna be our version of the Onion News Network. It's not a joke. It's real. All this shit is being done right underneath your nose, and nobody knows it until this article comes out. Now that this article comes out, shit's blowing over. It drops 50 cents. Oh my god, I lost money. Bullshit. You probably got it for like
no, it dropped.
Well, it shows negative 51 right now. So I'm just going off
it
today.
Dropped from yesterday from $13.91 to today on release of the article down to $9.
That shows $12.99 right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it got back up. So it dropped all the way down, and then it got all the way back up. That's crazy. I don't even know what's. Look, my guess is it's Tom Hanks.
Ooh.
He sold off his shares. As soon as the report came out, he was like, I got to get out of this. Sell my shares. They sold the shares off. He's out.
Probably originally bought the shares under the name Wilson.
Now there's 59 investors in this stock. The best thing, I think that the best thing about this whole deal is if you go to the deli, here we go, and then you go to their Google ads, Google reviews, I mean. Let's see. Got to go by the newest reviews. Website's messed up.
I want to see like a fucking... Oh, wait. Good service, friendly staff.
Wait, I get my laundry done here, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Great food totally isn't a mafia front at all.
These guys know. These guys are probably local. They're like, dude, did you see the Sopranos going there the other day? We can't touch that.
Wait, decent sandwich, pricey at $25,000 for a half and $45,000 for a whole, but certainly justifies the $100 million valuation.
I mean, how else? Like, I can't see it. I like.
I'm writing this stock to the moon. Thanks, Uncle Polly.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what can justify this. I don't know what makes this okay.
I probably could, Rich.
I hope that it is okay. Like, that's what I want the story to be. I want the story to be that this is just me not understanding, and it's all
no, because there's no way to not understand this. You're telling me a company designed for profit makes no profit in 2 years and has a value over $100 million on the stock exchange.
Yeah.
But the article about the FBI looking into it is just a joke.
Yeah, no, that is a joke. That's a joke article. That's somebody who. But as soon as I saw the joke article, my first thought was, okay, so here's the real question.
Fuck, how do I get some of this before they shut it down?
No, that was my first thought before I saw the FBI article. My second thought, I guess, my first thought after seeing the FBI article was, how did this go on for this long?
2 years, basically. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Like,
Rich Grace, can you make this deli in Minecraft?
I absolutely can.
You definitely should.
And I'll have to put some diamond blocks in it so that we can make it look expensive. And we're only going to have one loaf of bread.
One loaf of bread.
Yeah, because I mean that's all we can afford in 2 years. So
pretty much.
But anybody that visits has to deposit like a block at a diamond block, which was 9 diamonds. They need to be uncut, untraceable. I need to be able to put them in a safe place in another stock. I don't know. This thing is, it's so like I don't want to be that like there's something going on here, guys, but I'm gonna be that guy. There's something obviously wrong with the way these ingredients are ending up on this sandwich.
So here's the overview. So the main program I use to look at stocks is called Benzinga Pro, right? And here's their overview. They got an overview on every company. This is what it says. Hometown International Inc. is a United States-based company that operates a delicatessen store that features home-style sandwiches and other entrees. It provides sandwiches, soups, salads, deli meats, cheeses, hot, cold drinks, fresh bread, rolls, and small retail items for cooking, baking, and home use. And then if you go up, market cap, $107.9 million. So,
like, I don't know, because obviously I don't have a business degree. Sure. I haven't done this with a business, but can you sneak your profits through like Uber Eats or something with fucking deliveries and like not actually show what your actual company is making and then somehow like no, you can't. It's bullshit because the IRS will kick your ass. It's not going to happen. No, it's fake. It's fake.
The SEC would too. Like, so that's the thing. Once you become publicly traded, like your books, they have to get opened every so often. And they're the last one.
Why haven't they opened these ones?
They have. Here are the books right here.
Yeah, I know. That's then tell me, will it allow you to go back to the original cost of the stock and how many shares were available back then? Because 60 investors and it being worth over 100 million. I mean, that's
So here's the thing on it, right? So this thing, October 21st. So that's on the weekly. I'm looking on a weekly chart. So the chart's
that's an investment of like 1.66 million each.
It's at $1. So it opens at $1. So you have to basically go live with about let me see how many shares there are. All right, so what is it? 1.5 $1 million is basically what it opened up as. And then this thing opens at that price, and then over the course of from October 21st, 2019, right? It just rises, and it rises to $6, to $9, $10, and then all the way up to 14.
I know what it is now. I know what it is. So what it is there was this investor for a specific firm. That's all we're going to say.
Okay.
And his uncle owns that deli. And he is the best salesman in the fucking world. And he sold retirees stock in this company to keep his uncle afloat. And it has nothing to do with politics, mafia, crime, nothing.
Well, then I think that's still, there's a story. Who was it? Someone did something. So, I mean, that's basically like a Ponzi scheme, right? So, okay, here we go.
Scheme.
I've put a little bit of thought into this, and I've come up with, this is my what I've resolved in my mind to, if this is all innocent, this was what happened, right?
Doubtful. Continue.
There's a deli. Guy owns a deli. It's got one chick working at the deli. A dude moves into the neighborhood, and he's like Wall Street, badass, right? He trades stocks. He used to live in New York, whatever. I don't know his whole background. Okay, maybe he likes to golf and drink Mai Tais. I don't know. But he goes to this deli. He's like, these cheesesteaks are fucking delicious. Okay? Cheesesteaks are delicious. Chicken wings are awesome. Everything's cheap. I love this. Let's go ahead and franchise this bitch out. Tony, we're gonna make this into a franchise. Okay? We're gonna franchise it out. You get in touch with your people, I'll get in touch with my people, we'll get some investments together. We'll make this a publicly traded company. We'll turn it into a franchise. And then just somewhere along the lines after it became publicly traded, that never materialized. That's my go-to. This is innocent.
Okay. So even if, let's say, that hypothetical scenario is what happened.
Sure.
I mean, what the fuck are the investors thinking? I mean, obviously they don't care. They've made a hell of a profit, and this company hasn't even had to fucking move, let alone get its workers to work. It hasn't even had to make a profit, and the stock keeps going up. Even with the dip that we talked about earlier, where it dropped like $1 something, it's already almost all the way back up to where it was. So it's
I mean, it dropped more than $1, so it's down a little bit.
Still,
for this, it's a decent percentage that it's down. What is that?
Even
like
with it
76%
down, it's still significantly higher than when they originally invested. So that's a potential loss of money, yes, but they're still not at a loss.
Yeah, they're still at 12, 13 times their original investment if they invested in the beginning, right?
True. Which obviously, I mean, as it increased, that's more than likely when additional people started to, invest to begin with. But I just,
Look,
totally
here's the bottom
owned by the mafia. Yeah, it is in New Jersey.
Here's the bottom line. It's either the New Jersey Mafia or me and you haven't had their cheesesteaks yet. And my original idea of it being a franchise is...
You see...
No. It was the best cheesesteak in the world.
I don't know, but at the same time, come on. I know.
Yeah, it's not likely.
I know. Like,
it's
what?
not likely. This is the Mafia, right?
Yeah, like... Bullshit.
Hey, that sign said $1.
You know what you should do? You should call them up.
$1.49.
Fucking call them right now.
Dude,
Be like, yo, are you the lady that works there? Are you the one that served me that glorious fucking Philly cheesesteak worth $500,000? I want the recipe.
So first off,
how much for the recipe?
This looks delicious. I know, right? They're probably selling the recipe.
Look! If you go back to the signs, it fucking says hash brown $1, and it's using like the frozen hash browns you can get at like Trader Joe's that are like $4 for a pack of like 20.
Oh, it is using that. Is it?
Yeah. Look at the picture. Look at the picture.
Hot roast beef on the roll, 6 inches.
So look at the picture. I mean, even the onion rings for $4.49. That's a pretty good price. Like, I'm looking at it right now. The meatball sandwich for $6. I hope it's a good meatball sandwich. But
I'm sure it is.
Well, how would we know? How would the people of New Jersey know? The place has been fucking closed since fucking Rona. Nobody fucking knows it's good. Not even the people at the school next door.
Nobody knows. Well, now here's the real question. And you won't know, nobody will know this, but up until today, right? Who was in here after hours? That's what I want to know. Were the lights on after hours? There's some cars showing up.
I mean,
and that's why I'm not calling this place. Okay.
You know what?
I'll call the FBI.
Call them.
I'm not calling them. Are you gonna call them?
I will call. Yeah, I'll be like, yo, is this Mr. Soprano?
Oh, so these guys are getting their phone. I bet they won't even answer if you call.
Probably not. You've reached us after hours.
I got their phone number right now. It's open currently. All right. Let me call them. I'll call them. Hold on. Let me.
If it says open, do it.
Let me pull up a. Now I haven't tested this to make sure that this is going to work, but this should work.
I mean, it says posted at 6 p.m. and
I can't call. I gotta mute myself. That's what I gotta do. Hold on. I can do this.
All right.
It might make sure you too, though. We'll find out. We'll learn together.
Right, let's figure this out. While you call them, I'm gonna go get me more coffee. I'll be right back.
You go for that. I'm gonna see here. Grab that. And where's the phone number at? Right there. Okay. And make sure I'm calling the right phone. Yeah, why not? We'll use that one. Sure. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Hold on. I gotta mute. We're gonna be muted here for a second. There we go. Oh, so you'll still hear me talk, but you won't hear them, hopefully. I gotta clear. Could be good. Okay, we are calling currently. Is it muted? It's muted. Go. Voicemail. Voicemail. Where is you? That right there. Okay. So we got a voicemail, and that's no surprise. These guys, their poor phone's probably ringing off the hook. They're taking my number down and everybody else. I mean, it looks like a great store. Honestly, like that's what scares me, I think, is that there is something nefarious about this place. This is the type of place that I would go to. I would come here, except for the coffee. I probably wouldn't be happy about. My guess is their coffee's not great, but I could be wrong. I mean, everything else looks good. That I don't know. Sure, but that looks good. Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I was going to mute you. I wasn't sure if you're talking to me or someone else. I called. It's a voicemail. These guys are getting calls off the hook. You know, everyone in the world is calling people.
That doesn't matter. What they say. What the voicemail say.
It was.
You tell me everything.
It was the automatic thing. The you've reached number. Like nobody. It wasn't a person. It was a robot. It was a damn robot.
What the robot say? Did he have an accent?
No, he didn't have an accent. He did the robot thing.
It's like, yo, thanks for calling. We're a little busy right now.
It wasn't an Italian robot, man. It's just
you're gonna have to call back when that article gets taken offline. No.
Yeah, call back later. You know what sucks about this is that if you lived in the area, if I lived in the area,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Those mozzarella sticks look fucking bomb. Can you change the image?
those look like the regular. Those look like frozen mozzarella sticks.
They still look good.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I'm still looking.
I don't know. The cheese sticks looks good. I don't know. $100 million worth? No, it doesn't look that good.
All right, moving on. Since obviously they didn't want to talk to us, little bastards.
All right. So this one,
that cheesy fries, I don't even know, but that looked good too.
This is not as exciting.
Okay, all right. Non-exciting.
A little bit boring, and then I have a little bit more exciting stuff, but I think it's exciting. But this one's not as exciting. So this is Iovance Biotherapeutics Inc.
All right, what's the acronym for it? What's their ticker?
It is IOVA.
Okie doke.
IOVA. So it's Iovance Biotherapeutics Inc. is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. I'm going blind, I think. The company focuses on the development and commercialization of cell therapies as novel cancer immunotherapy products designed to harness the power of a patient's immune system to eradicate cancer cells. Its lead pipeline candidate is the LN-145, is an adaptive cell therapy using tumor infiltrating lympho to treat patients refractory metastatic melanoma. Okay, I'm pretty sure I butchered the majority of those words, but that's what the company. Fair enough?
Gotcha.
Okay. I thought you might have died there or something. Like
totally dead.
The deli people found him.
Oh
no! Hey, say something about my cheesesteak. All right, so these guys.
Piece of this bread. Yeah, I want a fucking slice. All right, sorry.
We brought your cheesesteaks.
So they manufacture antibodies from human cells.
Oh my God, is that what they do? I wasn't listening to what I said. I was just reading. I was listening to myself.
So they manufacture antibodies from human cells, which sounds like a plasmapheresis type company in my opinion. But they or not company, but a plasmapheresis like research therapy. However, you say it's not going to be exciting. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be exciting.
Is it okay?
Why the fuck do we need to modify or mess with the human immune system when we already know and already have proof that bee sting venom kills cancer cells?
Ooh.
This company shouldn't have stocks unless they start working with the bees and stop playing with this modified human shit. They're creating robots.
Okay, so yes.
Sorry, I'm that person.
The bee stings, I'm with you on. The robots, I'm with you on. The genomic modifications, I gotta draw the line. I think this is look, I was told by a friend a long time ago that I need to start eating properly and doing exercise or I'll never get to live forever. And I was like, fuck you, what do you mean live forever? Like people don't live forever, you know? But he was like, look, they're gonna solve everything. They're gonna cure everything. And I cannot stand biotech stocks. And the reason why I can't stand them is because they say something, the stock goes up and it goes down. If it happens, it goes down. If it doesn't happen, it goes down. So it drives me insane. However, I forgot why I was talking about this. I don't know. The bottom line is
living better.
Yeah, if these guys can cure all the ailments of the world and the diseases and the cancers and the COVIDs and sure, why not?
Well, I'm not going to be against that. Obviously, if they want to, or sorry, not if they want to, if they can help, great. However, this is why when we as humans, lazy fuckers, always take forever to do things because we know something works, but we don't want to confirm that it works. We want to find our own way. Even if that means developing the zombie apocalypse,
that's possible.
We are going to get this shit done.
Let's face it.
I mean,
that is possible.
Humans are dumb. I mean, wait. I'm human. Am I? I don't know.
Are you dumb?
No, I'm just a human, which means I might be dumb.
I'm a human, and I'm dumb.
So you're dumb. 100%.
There's 1 out of 2. 100%. Not 90. I can't get a 98%.
Well, if it was 98 or 99, that means that I would be unsure. So no, 100%.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because you didn't invest in that deli. All right, continue.
No, I didn't, and I didn't invest. Wait, I did invest in it, didn't I?
Well, you bought this.
Yeah, so I did.
You don't even know what the fuck you read.
No. So listen.
Why?
Okay, so there's a variety of different reasons why I do the things that I do. None of them make sense, but this one I did for a simple purpose, right?
All right, I'm listening. I'm waiting for the explanation.
Early in the wee hours of the morning, I read this on here. This is my first thing in the morning thing that I love, right? So right now, the market has closed, right? It's after hours right now. There's still trades going on, but the market's closed in general. So on the Benzinga side, I go to the / pre-market, and right now is when everything's actually happening. Believe it or not, like there's a lot of crazy shit happening right now. So regular trading hours occur, and then after the trading hours occur, earnings are done, and these different reports come out. And let's see if we can find today's the 16th, so I guess it came out today. There it is at 5:51 a.m. Goldman Sachs analyst Madhu Kumar initiates coverage on Lance Biotherapeutics with a buy rating and announces a price target of $97. Okay, so he's saying that in the next 12 months, this stock is going to go to $97. And
right now it's like $30. Okay.
Right. So I'm not investing in anything for 12 months. Like, that's not likely to be something that I'm going to do unless I have to. Now, there are some things that I'll be investing in for 12 months, but not by choice, but because they dropped and I don't want to take a loss. But that's another story. So,
okay.
Yesterday, this thing's at 30, right? 35. Today, it's closing out at 33. So this thing feels the bump in the pre-market hours, right? Or the after hours last night. One of the two. I don't know. Point is it does, but it doesn't. Yeah, whatever. So the point is that this. So I look at this guy and I check him out. There's another site I go to called Tip Ranks, and we can go to Tip Ranks. Let's see. I think Benzinga is working on something. I don't have to do this, but in the meantime, we go here. And what was his name? Madhu Kumar, right? Yep, there he is. So I can go here and I can look and see this guy's success rate is 50%. Right? So
hey, that's more than a weatherman.
No, the weatherman's gotten pretty good over the years.
Weathermen are only accurate 33% of the time.
I don't know. Is this his first name, Kumar, or is his Kumar's a lot of times first name, right? Anyways, whatever. So Kumar is right as much as less than a coin toss, or as much as a coin toss. It's 50%. I don't know, but his average return is 18.9%. Doesn't show what his average loss is, though. I should have paid attention.
Well, his average loss would be the remainder, so it's going to be the what is that? 81.1%.
I'm not liking.
So,
to be honest with you.
So here's my problem with all of these things. Like I know that people can learn things. I know that people can absolutely be like, yeah, that's going to be a good one. But the comment you made about him being accurate 50% of the time, that's because it's a fucking coin toss. I could be accurate 50% of the time and do something stupid like I probably would, to where I would only invest in companies because they have a cool fucking name.
Or because they're delis.
Or yes, because they make bomb sandwiches worth a lot of money. But it's like you bought this because this guy has a decent return rating, and he's right 50% of the time. No,
one of the reasons.
One of the reasons.
Yep.
Probably 60% of the pool as to why you pulled the trigger is because of that guy's. I don't want to say investment, but basically his like word, this is going to be booming in 12 months. Now,
so he works at Goldman Sachs too.
I don't give a fuck where he works. I just work down the street at fucking Walmart.
No, then I would have definitely bought it. Like if he was a Walmart grader and he told me to buy a stock, I'd be like, yeah, brother. I'm in.
Like, you know what? I can tell you're a retiree. You're doing this for fun. You got a fucking good idea. No, I just yeet. But no, because like the scenario that you're mentioning, it's like you bought it because he said so. Other people bought it because he said so. Henceforth, why you saw a rise with the $3. Like, you didn't see the rise because the company actually had a rise. You saw the rise because there are others like yourself that took his word into consideration and were like, well, shit, I need to get on this now. Who's to say he did not already have investments himself with this company and was just looking for an opportunity to bump it a few dollars so he could dump it?
Now you're thinking. Not because he's going to dump it. I'm not worried about him dumping it because he's an analysis, right? An analysis. He's the analysis.
He's an analyst?
Oh my God, I can't speak. He's a person that says stuff. So he says, right?
I'm hoping this is not rated for kids.
No, definitely not. But people judge him based off of what he says. He works at Goldman Sachs, who also Goldman Sachs at one point in time, just a side note, said that Bitcoin was trash. And then later, one of their employees, I'm pretty sure it was Goldman Sachs, not Morgan Stanley, but one of their employees left, went to like the Bahamas, started up like a Bitcoin fund. And then a couple months later, the Goldman Sachs was like, yeah, Bitcoin's awesome. So, side note, something that this is a few years ago. Yeah. Anyways, so my point is these. I would like to know. I'm
reading Rich's comment in chat. I'm just like, yeah, you're gonna get that.
Is he buying it? Oh no.
No. He's just talking about the analyst.
The analyst. Yes, thank you. That is the correct term. I knew it was something like that. So the
analyst. Not analyst, analyst.
I'm just trying to follow along here. So not the analyst, but the analyst.
Hold on a second. Let me show you the analyst.
I'm just trying to figure out how to say it correctly. Look, people in different parts of the country pronounce things differently. Sometimes they pronounce things. Maybe.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so I look at this guy, this analyst.
All right,
Kumar,
cool, got it.
And he says, with a 50% success rating, that this thing is going to do well. And his returns, when he is correct on average, come out to almost 19%. And then I also look at, it's on my list, right, of already moving. Now you see this one up here, it's 94%. See that? I went through every single one of these things this morning on the gainer side, not the loser side, which I probably should have, but I didn't have time. So on the gainer side, almost all of these always are biotech stocks. I can't stand biotech stocks. Cannot stand them. However, it's the majority. And so I found this one, there it is, at 10% already. Now, if we take a look at it, what percentage that is, but whatever it is, it's not good. I can tell you right now, from whenever I got in, already after the 10%, I am down 1%, almost a little bit less than 1%. So the goal was, the play was that they had some news back here on the 9th. They had some news that highlights clinical data updates for its advanced melanoma candidate during American Association for Cancer Research annual meeting, April 10th, right? So I don't know what that means, but they're like, hey, we know how to do some stuff with cancer, right? With melanoma treatment, which sounds that sounds like, good to you?
I feel like you need to like read up on something, but continue. All right.
Okay. So there's that. And then I could go back and look further, and I normally would a lot of things, but on this one I did not. On this one I was like, okay, we got that, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at it on the 9th, and we're going to see that on the 9th, like every time things happen, it just dropped. So that news comes out, and I don't know what time that news was.
So you're saying that this dropped on the 9th of this month, right?
Well, it dropped, but it didn't drop. So this is at on the 9th it came out at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Well, let's go back for a second. When did Mr. Kumar state that there's going to be it's right here. So he said it at about what is that, 5:51 a.m. On the 9th. So the 9th is when he said that it was going to have an increase, right? So
no. That's the 9th is
okay.
So
regardless, here's my point. Here's my point.
That's
what he said this morning. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to take
reported this morning.
Take this into consideration.
Okay.
His average return is less than 20%. And he's estimating this, and he has a 50-50 chance of being right or totally wrong.
Yes.
And he's trying to state that this is going to quadruple.
No, triple.
Sorry, triple. It's going to triple because it's going to be like 97. It's like
within
30.
like
Okay.
12 months.
So
Yeah.
within like 12 months, it's going to triple.
Mic off.
Was he at the meeting?
Mic on.
Does he
might have
know
listened in
something that we don't know? Was he already an investor and got to a stockholder, like a shareholder meeting, and like, oh, we're going to be announcing this and we're going to be announcing this, and like, I know it's like, it looks like, I'm not saying the guy does insider trading. I wouldn't accuse anybody of that. But what I'm saying is there has to be a way to get information without doing insider trading in order for you to provide these estimates. However, I could be right 50% of the time. Invest in Amazon. I guarantee you it's going to continue to rise over the next 12 months.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. But so here's my thinking. Right? So Kumar's numbers don't look that great, right? I don't follow him as an analyst. But Goldman Sachs, I gotta show some respect. They obviously know something, right? And he's up there as one of their analysts. So you
already downplayed Goldman Sachs because they said Bitcoin was stupid.
Oh no. Keep in mind what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm downplaying them. They said it was stupid. One of their top members left their firm and became just a fund manager for cryptocurrency, right? So in general, Goldman Sachs is like not one person. It's made up of multiple different people.
Okay, they were just mad because their employee left.
I don't know. So they said it, and then he left, and then he was doing well, and then they were like, it's good. So Goldman Sachs, the CEO guy, I'm pretty sure, like goes off once in a while, frequently over the last couple of years with Bitcoin's trash and cryptocurrency's trash. And as the last 2-3 months, he's kind of came out like, this is important. This is the wave of the future. And we got to get in on this. So there's this point where when institutional, like old money dinosaur, like Goldman Sachs, please don't hunt me down with the deli people, but just pointing out this kind of, the picture that general public, at least me being the general public, would see, right?
Come to me on the day of my article.
How dare you come to me and say these things in front of my family, in front of my meatball son.
In front of my juicy stuff.
You see I'm eating here and you come to me with this shit.
I have a mouthful already.
Yeah. So when he comes to the point of saying like this is real now, he says this when Bitcoin is at 35, 37,000, 32,000, somewhere around there. It almost doubles, right? Now I'm not saying Kumar is the same as his opinion. What I'm saying is that Kumar's ratings matter. For him to be an analyst, his ratings matter. Right now, his ratings don't look that great, right? Success rate, 50%, average return, 18.9. And so, like you said, does he have some insider information? Well, all analysts have some type of information. And I feel like Kumar needs a big-ass win, right? And so, is this going to be a big-ass win? Maybe, maybe not.
I mean,
but is it going to be a big-ass loss?
Even if it's a win, or even if it's a loss, what's his rating going to go to? Like 52% accurate or 48% accurate? Like, he's not going to lose.
Look at this. Look at this. So
off of one incorrect.
These things can go up huge percentages, right? So this MER telemanagement thing, 94%. These things can go up 200%, all kinds of crazy numbers. They can go up. So here's my thinking. My thinking is that he's not putting his name on this over a course of 12 months if he feels as though it's going to lose heavy. Now, is it going to win big? Maybe, maybe not. I don't like biotech stocks because they got a huge chance of winning, but they also have a huge chance of losing. So my guess is on the, I have a lower chance of the downside. That was my guess. With the still possible chance of a decent upsize, if not a big windfall. So.
All right. So which biotech company is making the robots?
No, wait. He's making robots with the biotech. That's different.
No. Micro machines, man. Micro machines
with the little bit of DNA cells. Well, they do have. Okay, so they do have those like genetic robot. Okay, I don't.
Yeah. Which company? I need to guess. No.
That's creepy stuff, man.
You think it's creepy? It's coming.
So what on our list? Okay, so we'll go. Next on our list is.
All right, moving on.
I'm gonna rearrange something real quick so we can, I guess, stay on topic. Sense. Next on the list is Walmart.
What? We never not on topic. Ooh, Walmart. Is it just the wall?
No, it's Walmart. The Walmart, as they like to say.
WALM34. No, that's not it. Walmart Inc. WMT, right?
WMT. Yep.
All right. So, we found it. Wow, they're dropping.
Are they not there? They went up.
I mean, they're up and down.
For the day they played around, but from yesterday they went up, but not by much. I mean,
hold on, I'm still on a minute. Let me go to a day.
Yeah, go to the day. 140 to 140. So they jumped like 50 cents, 61 cents, 40 cents. They jumped 40 cents from yesterday. It looks like at this point. Height of yesterday were actually closed. They closed right there. Oh, 80. Okay. So,
I mean, it went up like 45 cents at the close, but post market it was down 8 cents.
Okay, so that's what changed. So this is why Walmart's important. First off, have you seen the pictures or the videos of the damn robots at Walmart?
What robots?
Have you seen the robots? Have you gone into a Walmart and seen the robots? The robots in Walmart. Have you seen the robots?
What fucking robots?
Not Roblox. Robots.
I said robots.
Not GoBots. Robots.
Where are the Transformers?
Look, they got robots in Walmart. Like everywhere. So here's this is a scary thing. You haven't seen these?
Red robots? No, I haven't seen these. Pull something up. I need to see these Walmart bots.
These are not biotech robots. So
is the wall.
I just want to throw this out there, okay? Now, I don't want to read an article. I just want to see a picture. There we go. So this is a picture of a Walmart robot.
Yeah, no, they don't have those here.
They probably do. You just might not have seen it. So here's the progression to my knowledge of the robots at Walmart.
Put one of those at the store here. Somebody'd shoot it.
Right. So here's the progression that I know.
Okay.
Walmart begins purchasing robots before COVID.
Oh.
Right?
Continue.
So they start purchasing these robots, and when they first get them, and Target as well. In fact, Target runs, this is right before COVID, Target runs one store, I think it's in Indiana or something like that, like almost all autonomous, like all robots, which, that means no people. Like they fire all the people. These people don't have jobs. These people that they've been paying wages that are so low that they need government assistance on top of the wages. Walmart, I believe, is the largest employer in the United States, but like a huge portion of their workforce is also on government assistance in addition to their wages. That's how great their wages are, right? So whatever. They buy these robots. And then when they get these robots, in most of the stores, they only operate the robots at night when everybody's asleep. Because
oh my god, I need to go to Walmart at night.
In a lot of places, they might come out and be like, I don't want no robot, and shoot it, right? Both gangsters and country people may get a little bit fearful and bust a cap in the robot's ass, right?
That thing touched my butt.
Took our jobs. Took our jobs. So they get the robots come out at night, and they had a different robot. It wasn't this robot, the first ones, but it was very similar. And so you see the company's Bossa Nova. Is Bossa Nova publicly traded? I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure, but I'm reading something on it, and it's like Bossa Nova Robotics is a startup robotics company that manufactures inventory-controlled robots for the use of retail stores. They are best known for a failed attempt and supplying these robots to Walmart stores in the effort to better compete with Amazon. Failed attempt. I don't know,
So let's go back in time real quick, right? So the robots come out right before COVID, right? And they're gonna like do the stuff that needs to be done. In most regions, the robots, to my knowledge, are running in after hours, and they're just cataloging. So they're doing inventory control, which years ago, when I lived in New Jersey, by the way, I took a job as an inventory control specialist. That's what we were called, inventory control specialist.
At Walmart?
No. But we did work at CVS and other locations like that. And there was this little like thing that we held, and we basically looked at the inventory on the shelves and pressed a bunch of buttons. And very, very tedious DS work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this robot basically just runs by with a scanner and eliminates my old job, right? Which I didn't do very long. It was a horrible job. But people do this as a job. These are jobs that with this robot are gone, right? Or going to be gone. Anyways, so they roll the robot out. The robot starts doing the scanning, but they're doing the scanning at night. They start rolling it out in some locations during the daytime, and it's doing some other stuff like cleaning the floors. So they have these other robots.
Oh my God, Roombas for Walmart. All right, continue.
Big ass Roombas. Exactly. It's like a big ass Roomba. Only your cat doesn't jump on this one. Let's see.
I mean, but a human could.
Oh, it's even worse than that. So the original time that the robot runs, a human drives the robot. So a human goes through and cleans the store using the robot. The robot records the movement, and then the human is no longer necessary.
Oh.
It doesn't happen over one time, but it happens like over. I don't know if this doesn't look like the one I saw.
What if?
And this is not made by Boss Nova. This is another company.
What if
It's freaking out.
You accidentally like swerve because you need to avoid hitting someone you didn't see, and you don't tell anybody, and that gets added into the robot's cleaning duties, and it fucking knocks somebody into a shelf, and it falls over like, damn, that's going to be one hell of a lawsuit.
It's very possible, but I guess the real question is the robot going to run over more people than the people do? Have you been in Walmart? And these people, they're like stocking shelves, and they're running into people, and they're just like.
It could be, if they have to use one of their employees to drive it, to teach it, it'll probably be the same.
Probably. Well, you would have to assume, so if I'm working at Walmart, right? And they're like, hey, bro, we need you to drive this thing around. It's going to teach a robot how to replace you and take your job. Fuck you. I'm going to be doing donuts all over the place. I'm going to make it as inefficient as I possibly can. Right? So anyways, Walmart, robots, and before COVID, and then COVID hits. And I'll going to be honest with you. There's a lot of robot action going on right before COVID. And when COVID hits, I got a little scared. My first fear when COVID hit was, holy shit, they're going to roll out the robots. And it's going to accelerate the job loss. Because we're already looking. This is a fact. I'm pretty sure. I guess it's debatable, but autonomous vehicles, AI, autonomous robots, AI are going to eliminate a huge portion of the current needs for the current workforce. Now, you can argue that new jobs will replace those jobs, and maybe we'll have more jobs because they'll create a bunch of new jobs. I don't know. But the guy who's going through that I used to be and checking how much inventory is on the shelf, that's not needed anymore. The Bossa Nova robot, the failed Bossa, can now replace that job. So this was already starting to happen. Then COVID happens, and you're like, don't go to the stores. Don't go to work, right? Stay home. Don't sneeze on people. And I was for sure. I was like, that's it. The fucking robots are taking over. We're screwed. But the opposite happens. COVID happens. All these companies tell people they can't go to work, and robots basically disappear from the news. Like, it's no longer a thing. The Target that was like fully automated, you never hear about that. The Walmart robots, you never hear about any of this shit. It all goes away. You don't hear about any of it. So whatever, tinfoil hat, my guess is that that would be a very fucking hard conversation to have when everyone's losing their jobs, because you got a bunch of the population that would say, yeah, send the robots in. Okay, here, right? Look, if you go to McDonald's tomorrow, which we have not been to McDonald's, we'll hopefully not go back to for a long, long time. It's been a great excuse to never have to. Sorry, kids, COVID. Can't go to McDonald's ever again. Ever again. Even when the rest of the
meal? No, it's a Corona meal. You can't have it.
Yeah, even when the rest of the world's good, they're not. But have you used like the automated tellers at the fast food places?
No, because what I think of with automated tellers at any fast food place is I immediately think of the movie Idiocracy.
They're going to take your children? Big ass fry. You're an unfit parent. Charles Jr.
So with Idiocracy, I don't know if you've seen the movie or not.
A million times.
Okay, yeah, like the vending machines, the fast food becomes vending machines because they no longer need people. I have no idea where the fuck they get all the stock out of this little ass vending machine, but whatever.
The robot brings it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. But I speaking of the robots, I did look it up earlier because we mentioned it. The Bossa Nova Robotics is privately held. It is not publicly traded. Now, if more of these robotic companies are privately held and not publicly traded, they very well, with the rise of COVID, knew that they could have made more with a government assistance compared to what they could have done with leasing out or selling these robots, because apparently with some of these robots, there has to be a human entity still in order for it to function. And if the human entity isn't there, the company's not going to want to buy the robot, not going to want to pay to lease the robot. It's not going to want to pay for the software to fix the robot. So that could be a good scenario in reference to why they disappeared.
I don't think so. I think the problem is, I think that the government would have regulated the shit out of it. I think that the companies would run away from it. So, I mean, like I said, tinfoil hat. That's my tinfoil hat with the robot revolution.
The companies would have to run away from it as well, though. I mean, you look back at like being a small business owner, the PPP loan for the payment protection, for the payroll protection. Do you think Walmart applied for it? Just do you think?
I don't believe so. It was supposed to be capped.
It was supposed to be capped. However,
500 employees.
There was
should have been 50.
Fuck, what was that? What was that burger joint in California?
Yes. In and Out, Steak and Shake,
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. Yeah. That had franchises.
Did the PPP program?
Yes.
And got like over 100 million or something.
Yes.
Before anybody caught it.
They got it, but they got the PPP before I got the PPP.
And even though Walmart is a multi-million-dollar corporation and obviously very large franchise,
no, they're not franchise.
Oh, well, whatever. They got a lot of stores. All right. They got a lot of stores. They got a lot of employees. But at one Walmart store, what's the average number of employees? Let's Google.
My guess is 300. No, it's more. It's more than that. It's more.
So 107,000 square foot building for Walmart normally has 225 to 350 employees.
Oh, okay.
Or more. So I'm not an expert in taxes, but even being a large company, if they were to, I mean, this sounds stupid because it doesn't make sense, but even if they were to find a way to itemize each individual Walmart location, like we're now not filing taxes as a major corporation, we're filing it as an individual store, This is Walmart tax ID number 247, Walmart tax ID number 248. Mm-hmm. Each one of those stores, if they did that, could have qualified for that PPP.
Yep, because under the 500. Yep,
they could have made bank. Nobody would know. No, like we as individuals would not know, and a corporation legit could have done that. They could still be doing that, and we're wondering, well, what's going on with these stocks? You know,
yeah,
like, well. Now we know where that company in New Jersey got their funding.
They could. That might have been part of their process. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a hypothetical scenario. Like, I don't see how that's not possible because they could apply
know about it. They would have to franchise.
Well,
and
not
then
necessarily.
The franchises would get it.
I don't think they would have to franchise if they filed for a business license for each individual store in that specific state.
No, I
don't know how that works. I'm just saying. And again, this is all hypothetical. Like, what if this could be how the United States is losing so much fucking money and going more and more into debt just to line other individuals' pockets?
Well, now, look, they are doing that for Walmart to an extent. I mean,
I'm just saying. I mean, look at your deli that we talked about, and I hate to go back.
The deli's important.
I mean, the deli is important. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. IHOP's closed. Are you telling me prior to COVID that an IHOP restaurant, the International House of fucking Pancakes,
I thought it was International House of Burgers,
did not rake in more than 35,000?
Yeah, for sure.
But a one location deli, no, they closed. I don't even think it's still being traded. Like all the IHOPs closed. They went out of business.
All of them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they closed all the IHOPs. Like, I think this happened like a few months ago. Let's see. Are they closing? IHOP is closed around 100 stores. Okay, whatever. But still, due to financial issues in reference to COVID, like there's no IHOP near me anymore because of this. And that happened in May of 2020. And see, the franchise filed for bankruptcy and permanent closing 49 restaurants in Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and the company has over 1,800 locations. They ended up closing like over 100 different stores, it looks like.
Mic off.
So even like let's see, is IHOP
mic on?
Chipotle?
It's Dine, DIN.
Oh, so Chipotle actually owns them?
Well, DIN is the publicly traded ticker, so it's Dine Brands Global Inc., which is they own and franchises thousands of restaurants under the.
I'm not finding this. DIN.
DIN. Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No, just DIN. Are you in? Oh, hold on. Let me check in TradingView. That shows up.
Yeah. Geez, gosh.
DIN, and then you know what? Type in Dine Brand.
Dine Brands GL Inc. That shouldn't be right because that's not in the U.S. But
hold on, don't do that one.
I mean, it has IHP for the ticker, and it says Dine Brands Global Consumer Service Restaurants.
Maybe that is it.
But it's not a U.S.-based company.
You sort. Okay, hold on. I got an idea. How to DIN and click stock. There you go.
Stock. Which one am I going to?
think it's this one. Let's see, 92.48 and 92. Dine Equity Inc. Is that right? Dine Brands. Might be a second, but it's DIN, and then click stock, and the top one should be Dine Equity NYSE.
Mic off.
Okay. Got it.
Mic on.
Okay.
So,
you look at this and give me. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
all right, fine.
Mic
We're going to
off.
give him 2 minutes, guys. So, the reason that I want to bring up IHOP is because this is a company that we know was making more than $35,000 a year, and their stock. Let's take a look at this to see if I'm reading this right. Average volume 325,000 stocks at about $92.34 a share. Okay. The market capitalization is 1.537 billion. They're closing, and yet this company is still making billions. Now, obviously, if they're owned by a specific corporation, this Dine Equity, then they have other stores like, he mentioned Chipotle. But how can this company with this franchise close so many locations, and yet a deli that's not even fucking open for almost a year, that's not making any money, have a huge increase in the stock market? Yeah, jeez. That's in his basement, I believe. Let's look at that. He's got like a nasty printer. There's some dirty shoes. I feel like he probably needs to have a chimney sweeper clean that fireplace. I don't even know what little twisty thingy is there to the right of the printer. But we're gonna call it one of those robots from Walmart. We really don't know.
Oh my god! I come back and there's robots.
Well, we may or may not have been critiquing your room. Anywho,
it's a mess.
Yes. So what we were talking about, though, is that I can't understand is how a company like, for instance, IHOP, who we know is making more than $35,000 a year, had to close due to Corona, and you can see drop in their stock. Now, you can also see, oddly enough, there's been a slight increase in their stock since like March of this year, which, I mean, a lot of places are starting to open up. There's still been some drops, but it's still, kind of going on. But previously, the stock back in like March of 2020, let's see, it was at a high point of like $90 a stock, like $90 a share. Yeah, and it dropped like within like a week, it dropped down as little as $70 a share.
Everyone.
So yeah.
Worse than that.
But IHOP like stayed there, and it did drop down, and it stayed there up until recently. But even with, that change, if you're looking back prior to COVID in 2019, their stock was all over the fucking place. Like, it was up, it was down, it was up, it was down, it was up, it was down. Like, it was doing like an actual stock does in most cases. So the fact, like right now, when you're looking at it, and it's just slowly, steadily increasing, like there's a little bit of a loss today for this corporation, the Dine Equity Inc.
But essentially looks really good. Dine looks really good. So especially if what you're telling me about IHOP is correct, that they basically, so they own IHOP, Applebee's, everything else. And if they looked at IHOP and said, okay, our International House of Burgers
Pancakes.
Failed.
Pancakes. International House of Pancakes.
You remember when they were International House of Burgers?
I'm just saying it's IHOP, not IHOB.
No, it's IHOB. Look at that.
IHOP.
Changed their name back because it was a failed marketing attempt. And it is Dine Brands Global. So 1958. What a shame. I used to love them when I was a kid, but I've gone to them since I've been an adult, and them having different flavored syrup was not enough for me to be okay with. I don't know. I haven't been happy with the service. Let's say that.
I mean,
so
that's like most restaurants. So I mean, unless you're like, this isn't even going to sound bad. Unless you're getting an older waiter or waitress, and when I mean older is like, I mean like someone who's fucking done it for years, your service is going to be dog shit. Because most people that have been raised don't know what the fuck they're doing and don't know how to respect people. No.
I don't know.
Nope. No.
I've gotten a lot of shit service. I've gotten a lot of shit service from older wait staff too.
Yeah, well, they were probably retirees that just wanted to do it for fun.
I will say this. In along that line. So I've been unhappy with, right? These guys also are Applebee's. And I used to, so at first I hated Applebee's. And then I started liking Applebee's. And Applebee's and TGI Fridays for years I've been good with, you know? I mean, they have the 2 for $20 at Applebee's, right? It's a great lunch spot. You go for work, grab a 6-ounce steak, because that's the 2 for $20. It's basically the early bird special, the old person special, right? But they have been shit. Like the last, I don't know, 7-10 times I've been. Like I have to convince the wife to go, and I'm like, let's go to Applebee's, and she's like, no, it's horrible.
I'm not a big fan of Applebee's. Like I wouldn't go even if I don't know, like if we invested in something and it did great, and you're like, let's go to Applebee's, I'm buying, let's celebrate. No, I'm not going. Why? It's Applebee's. I don't know. Maybe it's just like it could be the same situation with yours. The one around here, quality sucks, food sucks. The only reason people go there is because they got a big ass open bar.
Yeah.
And that on it, like if they're drunk enough, it don't matter what the food tastes like.
That's true, but I mean, it's never been great. It's not been like Applebee's has been like great, you know. But it's always been like
a gourmet restaurant.
So but it's been like a decent go-to, you know.
I mean, that's like going to like Red Lobster, you know, like it's not fine dining, but people like microwaved lobster.
They don't microwave. Their biscuits are fucking delicious. Okay.
Hold on. They don't do what now?
Do they really microwave the lobster?
The lobster, they microwave almost everything.
Do they really?
I will just recommend that you look a few things up. No, you probably don't.
Here's the bottom
Anyways,
line.
back to stocks. All right.
I haven't gone to Red Lobster in like 3 or 4 years.
That's because they microwave stuff.
That might be. But their biscuits are really good. I like their biscuits.
You can buy the mix for their biscuits at Walmart.
I know. I bought their mix and then I used it to make fried chicken.
Ooh. That actually sounds pretty good.
It didn't work as well as I would have liked it to.
Really? The cheddar biscuits? Like using that as It sounds good though.
I think I didn't do it. I didn't do it right, I think.
Maybe you needed to try it in an air fryer rather than deep frying it.
I just saw an air fryer yesterday because I was watching what do you call it? Once a week. Uncle Roger. You watch Uncle Roger? No? Okay.
I don't even know what it is.
Uncle Roger's fucking hilarious, first off. And then second, they were talking about white people get air fryers. And I'm like, yes, I'm not only white, but I like frying food and kind of suck at it. So an air fryer sounds like a great option, you know. Anyways, yeah, so I think I'm going to get an air fryer because
Which one? Food. You know what brand? Ninja or something? Let's look up this.
I have no clue.
Let's keep it stock related. Ninja company makes. Yeah, they have their own air fryers.
Do they have?
They totally do. I'm pretty
publicly traded though.
Why are they not?
I don't know because IHOP bought.
Yeah, they have Ninja air fryers. Okay, so
yeah, but who owns them? Shark Ninja.
So
yeah, they're not publicly traded. So
seriously,
maybe
why
I'll get a start.
that would have been a good investment if they were, but I mean, they come up with a lot of shit. Their vacuums, their air fryers. I mean,
my first air fryer will probably be shit. So Walmart, the reason why is not robots. So Walmart has made a deal with Cruise.
Ted Cruz?
No. GM Cruise.
Okay.
GM. Autonomous vehicle. So there's a lot of hype in EV stocks and electric vehicles. In fact, two of them are on this list technically for today. But GM is my big go-to. I don't know if you've seen me post about GM, but I'm like, I dream about
I like
GM.
The new Hummer. Sure, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Crab walk.
Yeah, the crab walk. That's
it's out of my price range. But the crab walk alone would be amazing. Like it would make running over zombies so much easier.
The extraction, in case it's like a lot of zombies, an extra 6 inches that it raises up, which is really not that new.
I mean, no, it's not new, but like it comes standard.
It comes standard.
That's new. It comes standard.
Well, that was on the.
You no longer have to like go back and forth to rerun someone over. You just go fucking left and right.
And then you can, drive around as like a lifted vehicle.
You can raise the lower in the Humvee as well, so you can really teabag those zombies.
Oh my god! Yes. Oh, that's so hard. Somebody's gonna do that. No. I don't even want to go. I'm not even gonna go into that thought. That's a bad thought. I'm not gonna go into it. Keep it clean. All right, so Walmart makes a deal. It's in the news. Let's see. Let's go back. Already up. That's additional news. Walmart makes. Sorry, trying to find it here. Oh my god! Oh, it was yesterday. So,
and again, ladies and gentlemen, he's getting his information from Benzinga.
Yes, this is where I get most of my information. But I get it. I mean, obviously, I get it all over. But for the majority of my stuff, it's like really quick to get everything right here. So on the 15th, which is yesterday at 3:54 p.m., right, is when they break the news. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but this is when they break the news. And it's basically Walmart is, I guess, going to be getting trucks, autonomous trucks from Cruise.
So
for the last mile.
Why would any company, and this could just be, dumb consumer here, want to invest in like General Motors over Tesla for an electric vehicle?
I think there's a lot of reasons for that one, but
I mean, Tesla's expensive as shit, yes, but I mean, you pay for quality.
I love Tesla, by the way. I have to say this every time I talk about GM. I have to like give a disclaimer that I love Tesla. I'm not an anti-Tesla person. I love Tesla. I'm a big fan of Tesla.
I mean,
I bought Elon Musk's book. I'm a big fan of Elon. I'm a big fan of PayPal. I'm a huge fan of Starlink. As soon as Starlink IPOs, I'm gonna probably do something fraudulent and like maybe put my neighbor's house on a mortgage to use to buy into the IPO as much as I can.
So how do you do that? I got a notepad right here. Hold on, let me write this down.
Sure. So the first step
goes.
Step number 1, fraud. FR. So
let's talk about fraud for the next bit. No, I'm kidding.
So I'm a huge fan of Tesla, but here's the bottom line, right? Tesla's Tesla. And then GM is GM.
GM's G.
So there's GM, there's Ford, there's who else is there? Who else makes the cars? Honda, Toyota.
If you go back to that news article, they're investing in GM and Honda Motor Company.
Yeah, Honda's involved in this.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, speaking of Honda, especially dealing with motors, they got the fucking coolest lazy man's fucking lawnmower. Have you seen the Honda Motors remote control lawnmower?
No. What? I've been wanting one.
They're so fucking cool looking. They're expensive for a lawnmower, but it's remote controlled, self-propelled, obviously, because it's RC. It is, oh my god, like it is.
Oh, remote control. Maybe that's what I need.
No, remote controlled. Yeah. See that one right there? The automotive one for $1,100.
Oh yeah,
that one's from Husqvarna. Like that one's a different company. But
now is this a remote
Honda's
control or the
them,
one I got to set up the lines?
And it's, oh man.
Do I got to set up the lines, or it's just remote?
No, like it's like RC remote. Like you hold a fucking remote control like an old RC car, and you fucking drive it around your lawn.
Is it also autonomous?
I don't think so, but I don't know. I really don't
know.
Like you want it to do Roomba shit on your lawn.
Yeah, I want it to do both.
To mark out a grid and do the work for me.
Yes,
but you're gonna have a problem with that.
What?
Any company that does something like this, obviously Roomba's different. But like if you invest in a company like this, because let's see that Honda Type R lawnmower, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
What if it runs over, like hits a kid, runs over? I mean, it can't.
I'm
just saying, the stock's gonna plummet. Like if it hits a foot, like if it hits a pet, like I'm just saying, that's why it's not autonomous yet. I mean, look at the Google.
They have autonomous
people that are getting sued. Then I wouldn't trust it. No way.
This is probably autonomous. They already they have autonomous ones.
I wouldn't.
The problem with the autonomous one is it runs out of space too early.
Like it needs more memory, needs more RAM?
No, I have too much grass.
Oh, well then just build them with the chute. Don't let it keep the grass.
So I think there's an option where it doesn't have the bag. I don't know. Like I looked into it and then I stopped looking into it, and again, this poor guy looks very sad about his lawnmower. It kind of broke my heart right there. This poor guy's like, it doesn't work. I'm tired. This fucking shit's bullshit. Like,
house with a small house with a big yard.
These are autonomous and electric Honda Type R. So the Honda Type R is autonomous. Yeah. This thing's just running around, running over cats.
I feel like that they designed that just to make, super fast RC cars or hover cars.
It has exhaust pipes in the back.
I know. I saw
what the hell's going on here?
They're selling side kits, skirts, decals. Like their stock is going to go up, especially in Japan.
So it's Honda. Yeah, Honda's only on Japan, right? It's not even on.
I don't even know.
Honda HMC. It is. You can get an HMC. It's up a teeny bit here. Down.
You look at the stock. I'll be right back. I'm in the restroom. Give me a sec.
You got it. So Honda has just been fighting everything. Yeah, I don't think Honda does too well. This is COVID. Yep. So it gets the COVID drop, and it boosts June. It boosts on the fake out. So everyone else, when it gets up to June, is probably more realistically here compared to COVID, and it's a fake out and it drops down. That's when COVID was supposed to go away, and it slowly begins to rise. But Honda rises anyways and has surpassed COVID levels, which I'm not a fan of because I like to see a little bit of room, but there's a little bit, and then it has the deal with Walmart and GM technically on these autonomous trucks. So we are looking at Cruise says several institutional investors and Walmart have joined previously announced investment round. Says additions to previously announced investment round brings total capital raised to $2.75 billion at a valuation of over $30 billion. they are all basically connected. And as far as I'm concerned, Uber is in this pile. Maybe not on this deal, but their data is going to be used, I believe. Same problem. February drop, but it's recovery, right? The cars shouldn't be. No, put on the GM during that period of time. I mean, look in there. 190. Oh, that's old. Let's see. On the day. Yeah, one. Okay, it's not doing it. All right, so General Motors, same thing. It drops and it boosts up. So I guess I don't have a problem with that happening since I'm fine with GM doing it. And what was that? HMC for Honda? Yep. So $30. It's just so spotty. So many holes in this. I don't like seeing things with all these holes. It's not consistent enough. It's not. I don't know. Just don't like it. Just don't like it. And I'm not a big fan of Walmart either. But
Who is?
Well, a lot of people like the Walmart trade. Let me rephrase that. So, how do people word this?
Let me say this. So, without going into my background and what I do, let's do this. Walmart, like other companies, used to be able to utilize their stock to where people that had Walmart stock or other stocks could go to a financial institution and get a line of credit for the value of that stock.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Can't do that anymore. Especially for and I mean specifically Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
the financial, let's say, corporation that handled those Walmart stock / credit accounts,
right,
no longer saw value in it.
Now,
they no longer allowed it. So they eliminated that card and gave people 2 years to pay them off.
Ooh.
This happened.
Income's not.
A while ago. That's as much as I can probably divulge into that.
Sure.
But knowing that, why would you want to take the risk? As you mentioned, there's so many holes. I mean, sure, if you have
that was
them.
Honda. That was Honda.
Oh, that was Honda?
Yeah.
Honda
was the odd chart. But you bring up an interesting thing about Walmart, and that's that says January 31st income. So their income, right? 2021. So January 31st is income of 2021. It's just duplicated. That's all.
I would clarify this situation with these specific credit line accounts that I'm referencing happened a year before COVID.
Sure. Well, here's what's interesting about it is their financial statement, their income is fine, and it's been 2018, at least going back. Let's try and do it. So if we go, annual, I guess.
Now, when you're referencing income, are you referencing what they're making off the shares?
Not showing correctly. No, this is their income. This is total revenue, the cost of the revenue, the gross profit, research and development expenses, which they have none. Bullshit.
Yeah, why the hell would they have an R&D department? Like, what the fuck?
Well, that's just standard on the sheet, which I guess they don't. But the truth is, they don't have an R&D department. What they do is someone will
have a Bruce Wayne, a Batman Gotham. We're gonna have a fucking Blue Man Group from fucking Walmart.
Hey, if you were a member of the Walmart family, you would, right? I mean,
who wouldn't? I mean, you got Batman, the Green Hornet. Like, what do these superheroes have in common? They got money.
That's it. That's all it needs.
That's all it takes. You don't need superpowers. You need to be super rich.
Super rich with unlimited access to ninja air fryers. And you're golden, man.
Hook them up to several generators so that it can like make your new Hummer hover rather than just grab walk.
The new Hummer. Okay, so you know that they do, right? You know, have you seen the Cadillac, right?
I've seen a Cadillac. What are we referencing on the Cadillac?
The Flying Caddilac.
I'm intrigued, but no, I haven't. Are we talking about a DeLorean style Cadillac?
All right, so I'm gonna play this video, part of it.
That is ugly as fuck.
The Flying Caddilac? No,
that's ugly as fuck. Is it the thing that on the clip with that guy? That's ugly as shit.
It's amazing looking.
It's ugly as shit. Look at that. No, it ain't real.
No, this is a CGI, but they're making it. Jovi's making it.
No.
It's another publicly traded company. There's lots of them coming out.
That is ugly as shit. It doesn't even look like a fucking car.
It's not a car, technically.
Yeah, it's a hover seat. No. No. See, let me explain one reason why there's
the future.
Fuck the future. Let me explain something with this. Don't invest in this. Do you see how easily, if you crashed, you would be fucked?
Okay.
All those propellers, like that, that's probably not even like a very strong tempered glass. So CGI or not, it ain't bulletproof. It's gonna shatter all over your face. It's like the seatbelt probably doesn't even harness you. It probably doesn't even have an a seat that ejects you when it starts to malfunction, which any type of flying fucking vehicle, automobile, whatever, needs to have safety measures.
Okay, so if you are in a plane, right, and you're flying to Hawaii, right? You're hanging out in your plane, you're flying to Hawaii, right? You're looking online at deli sandwiches, right? And then all of a sudden the plane starts to fall. Where's your parachute?
This brings up a great point. This is why I don't go on planes.
But people go on planes.
People do go on planes. However, this is what I don't understand. Now I know that depending upon what's happening with the plane and the trajectory and then like how it's going to like impact, especially for a water landing, it could be excruciatingly painful to those in the plane, but also to the plane integrity itself. However, we have technology, even if it would make the cost of the new Boeing astronomical, for it to be light enough to where it actually could fucking float and strong enough that it could actually withstand the impact of the water.
Yeah, but even if it could...
No. Because if it can float and if it can withstand the impact, then all you got to do is sit there, wait for a rescue boat. Now, if there's a tsunami, you're fucked. Because if it flips over and takes you under, whatever, you're screwed. But that's where you have detachable wings. And then it turns into a fucking submarine, and you just finish your trip to Hawaii in the ocean.
Your average, so a commercial air flight typically flies between 31,000 and 38,000 feet, 5.9 to 7.2 miles in the sky.
Anything above 10
even
feet
if it's a submarine, if you fall in a big ass metal box.
Well, you see, we
7 miles straight
rocket launcher on the front of the planes, so that it
like
shoots the water. Yeah, so it shoots the water and makes an explosion, so that it can just like whoop.
Have you seen the Origin space landing?
No.
You have not seen it. Now,
but I'm just saying that like if you're referencing a space landing, that's coming out of the fucking space.
Yeah,
and it's strong enough to survive.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be done, sure. Yeah, I mean, there's.
I know it would be expensive, but just think about it this way.
Look at this thing coming down. Now, SpaceX has already done this.
I'm waiting. That's like a giant dildo. I'm waiting.
Origin did very well.
No, see, that's not shooting. That has an actual thruster to catch it from falling.
Yeah.
That's different than what we're talking about. We're talking about a plane and a water landing.
Well, the plane would just need a similar mechanism. But the plane, here's the thing, though.
No.
Flying Cadillacs, you're not going 7 miles in the sky.
This is referencing having an actual rocket with rocket fuel in the front of the fucking plane to hold it in the air to slow it fucking down. No. Big difference. You could hit a seagull and the whole fucking thing would blow up. No.
That's not.
No.
You will be absolutely safe in your new Flying Caddilac.
Fuck them. Don't buy the stock.
Why not? Look at the stock. The stock's doing great.
Is it because of the Flying Caddilac, or is it because of the new?
It's not because of the Flying Caddilac. I don't think most people
know about the Flying Caddilac.
Now, most people who are invested, though, most of the money invested in GM probably does know about it, and they do know that GM is an EV company now. That they're all electric, and they know about the Hummer, obviously.
If you want to invest in the future, it wasn't even last year. I think it was 2019, maybe. Japan successfully got their first actual size robotic Gundam to walk.
Oh, that was a few years ago. The one.
Yeah, I think it was like 2019. Invest in Gundams.
That's SoftBank. So remember what we were talking about with Bossa Nova and Walmart and the robots, right?
All right, yeah, the robots. Got it. But a Gundam's not a robot.
Japan.
Gundam
true. That's true. It's not a robot. It's kind of like a cross between that and an exoskeleton, right?
Okay.
Kind of, I guess. So you could say, so there's a few. Here's one. If you want to get in robots, you do ARC.
Ooh, what's that military company out of Boston?
ARC-Q. That's Boston Dynamics. And they're private, I believe.
Oh, come on.
But no, you don't have to. You don't have to. If you want to invest in robots, you invest in ARC-Q. This is Kathy Wood's ETF for robotics and autonomous technology. And it is going to include, let's see, ARC. He'll tell us what it includes. Let's see if we can find a list here. ARC funds, autonomous. Also, so where does it tell us? Here we go. ARC-Q holds Tesla, Trimble, Baidu, Kratos. Kratos. I had some of that and got rid of it recently, and I don't know. Alphabet, AD.com. Hear that one. Nvidia and Deere. John Deere is included in that and their space fund. John Deere, Deere & Co. Teradyne. That just sounds like the future. Deere & Co. is included in both that and in her space fund, which is, I forgot what.
This lady has a space fund?
Yes, quite a few. Kathy Woods is a genius. And when I say genius, I don't mean like,
Have you seen the Netflix series Space Force?
Yes, fuck yeah, it's hilarious.
That is what reminds me of anytime someone says space fund or living in outer space or going to outer space. And you think of the current state of the United States, and I'm just like, yep, I could fucking see it. That is us. Anywho.
Yeah, it is.
I wouldn't want this Flying Cadillac. Fuck it. No.
Okay, first off, you're going to ride in the flying car, but it's not going to be the Cadillac because the Cadillac will be old news. It's Joby. What is Joby? What is Joby? It's CCIV is all right. Well, I guess we'll move on from the Flying Cadillac because that was Walmart to Flying Cadillac was basically where we went because Walmart was getting the autonomous vehicles through Honda and Cruise. Cruise is heavily invested in by GM.
Moral of the story, COVID happened and all the robots disappeared.
Yes, and now they're going to come.
But where'd they go before then?
They couldn't be... So,
firmware update?
You couldn't talk about the robots when job numbers were going...
Lives matters. Got it. All right.
Everybody's job was on the line and nobody was working, and it was a huge problem with job loss. And now job gains are coming back. Unemployment is reducing.
Hold on.
The robots are going to come.
You're telling me that a company can't talk about this, even though it was their plan all along to kick their employees out and use robots to begin with?
No, only to an extent. So here's the other problem, right? So think about this. Let's complicate things a little bit. So I own Walmart, and let's say I employ, 10% of the workforce. I don't know what the number is, but let's call it 10%. It's not, but let's call it that, right?
Easy math, got it.
If I tomorrow and all the other companies that could lay off everybody and put robots in place, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long until people stop buying my goods because they don't have an income? If I destroy the workforce,
hold on. That's only 10%.
Exactly. So if one person does it, it's not a problem.
That's only 10%. So technically speaking, I mean, if you're hypothetically, you own Walmart and you were getting rid of 10% of the workforce, you still have the other 90% to rely on. And I hate to say this because I don't like the idea of shit being automated and like getting rid of people's jobs. They took our jobs. But
5.8%.
Hypothetically, if that was to happen, I'm sorry, guys, it's going to be offensive. Americans are idiots. I'm an American.
Yes.
We consume things. We like to buy things. Whether we have the money or not, we go to the store. Whether we hate the store or not, if they have what we need, we go to the store.
Yes.
Because we buy things.
I buy it online.
That's what we do.
Store online. I go to the e-commerce store. I go to the web store.
Whether you're mad that your aunt doesn't work there anymore or not.
Well, no, here's the thing. So
we're still going to go.
This Walmart play is about Walmart.
You muted yourself again.
No. So this is about Walmart, and this is about Honda and Cruise, right? And it's about General Motors. All these people will pull together for what this whole story is about, which is the last leg of travel, utilizing autonomous vehicles. Now, this is only the last leg, but if autonomous vehicles eliminate the trucking jobs, now I don't know what percentage, that's 5.8% of Americans' workforce.
So
they cannot.
Why are these big companies, though, working on autonomous vehicles and collaborating together, which I mean, alone, if these stocks alone are doing good, but together, if they're coming together to work on a plan for something, I'm not a financial advisor. You can't take my word for it. Why would you not want to invest in that, considering who is backing it?
No, I would.
I mean, yeah, that's like. Plus, I don't understand if their whole idea is like autonomous vehicles. Why don't they have Google in there? I mean, like it sounds
Google's
bad.
In the
Google, you know,
Google's in Kathy Wood's autonomous technology and robotics.
In hers. But I mean, like this one, like if this plan with these four companies, we went over four companies, right? Walmart, Honda, GM, and who else?
GM and Cruise. which is Cruise
Okay.
publicly traded. I think it's basic. Cruise is basically.
All right, so we're just
GM.
going to go 4. So we'll go 3. All right, so these 3 companies together, alone, are working on this. Is the idea of these autonomous like vehicles is Walmart also going to become a car dealership?
No. So
well, you say no, but like
they could.
imagine it's like what those small ass fucking flea size electronic cars that you pick up.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like they could probably keep like 20 of them in stock in the back of their store and bring them out one by one for the fucking shelf or something, or have a whole lineup of them. You know,
No,
just
they don't use that.
example. Like I'm just saying that these companies, with them collaborating, if they did come out something like this, the way they would be able to distribute it, all the GM dealerships, Honda dealerships, Walmarts, and they're all selling the same fucking thing. Like, it's making the product readily available whether you want it or not. And even if you don't want it, it's the same thing like with those line bikes. Everybody talks about those line bikes because they're good for the environment. Blah blah blah. Electronic. Rent it, use it, drop it off somewhere else. The same situation could happen with these autonomous vehicles because they're going to have a power source. They're going to have to charge, just like Tesla. That's why there's so many different, Tesla locations to park and charge it. There's adapters that you have to buy in order to charge it at your house. But if we get to the point where, we are so reliant on Uber, as an example, and Lyft and any taxi service to where these 3 companies decide we want to make autonomous vehicles because 1, we know it's a good investment for us. 2, we know in the future we can take over the Uber, the taxis of the world and not use gasoline. And by the end of the day, we could just have it drive back to either a Walmart location, Honda, GM location, and charge up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just this is all obviously hypothetical. Like, if that's their game plan, that's a good investment because it could happen.
There you go.
Ooh, CES 2021.
These little guys are the ones that will move around your supply. So Walmart could have a bunch of these.
Oh, we're looking at robots. Okay. Wait, this is fake. This is CGI.
It is, but they're making these. Like, this is happening.
This is almost as bad as the Cadillac, the Flying Caddilac. Fake shit.
Yes, but it's not. Like, it's...
Nope, totally fake. Until I see an actual video where somebody's touching and feeling it, and it's picking up the employee and shaking them because it has a malfunction, then it's not real.
This is Joby Aviation. This is not GM. This is real.
I didn't even get to see the robot before you decided to...
It's literally a case on wheels is all it is.
Yeah, I kind of saw that. Looked like a toolbox.
But Walmart can have 24 of those just bringing your groceries out to the car or to your house or whatever. The Joby one is pretty large.
What is the purpose of this man-made drone? Like this flying drone? Like what are we looking at this for?
So it is a flying car. So it's not a flying car. Flying cars are not. You're right. And flying cars are not really real. What is real is flying VTOLs or AAM, which is or UAM, which is Urban Advanced Mobility or Advanced Air Mobility. They changed the name around. So like 20 years ago, it was Urban Advanced Mobility. So they changed it to AAM, which is Advanced Air Mobility. And sometimes they're called VTOLs. I don't know now. But they're flying.
If all I have to do is make my company publicly traded and make a CGI
and a
about a flying car and a sandwich.
And a sandwich, a good sandwich.
And offer a wine barrel in the image.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right.
Why the fuck haven't I jumped on this? I could name my company UFO on the stock market.
No, that already exists. UFO is an ETF that is traded with space. So UFO is a space ETF, and it's comprised of a bunch of different companies like
This is bullshit. That would have been perfect for this
probably
whole
John Deere.
fake flying car,
And
blah, 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 stock thing. All right.
it's
Fine.
not too bad. I mean, all things considered, really. So, but the space thing is different anyway. So flying cars, space, and or the VTOLs, whatever you want to
Is
call it.
No, because I mean that's just one step further to intergalactic travel.
Yeah, but you're not going to use the VTOL in intergalactic travel. You may use it when
it'd be a newer model.
Yeah.
But
True, that's true. So here's where Uber comes into play on all this. So Uber, I'm a big fan of Uber. Right?
Fucking Pluto. Yep, continue.
So Uber is a ride-sharing company, right?
Uh-huh.
And they also sell. They have Uber Eats, where they find out what you want to eat and order it. And they go pick the shit up for you, which sounds amazing. Okay, so just thought of that.
At least you have Thai food in your area.
Yeah, but I don't have Indian food.
I don't think we do either.
Like I have to travel, I think, over 100 miles for Indian food, which is really kind of shitty. But anyway, so Uber Eats and Uber's ride-sharing company is what everyone thinks of when they think of Uber. But Uber is also a AI company and deep learning. So Uber has been tracking all of this data. They work with Joby, the flying car that I actually showed you, or flying vehicle, whatever you want to call it, right? Which is a vehicle that can allow somebody to get from. Right now, they do it with a company with, I guess it's part of their company called Uber Elevate, and it allows you to ride in a helicopter. In a ride-sharing program, they can get you from a building in New York to LaGuardia Airport, for instance, whereas driving your car to get to that airport to catch your flight could take an hour and a half.
Fuck.
It's a bit expensive. It's just the goal is to get them to the same price as an Uber Black. So
how much is Uber Black?
I don't know. I think it's $5 a mile or something like $4 a mile.
So here's the scenario for these companies. Amazon and Uber Aviation
$4 a mile
can come together because Amazon wanted to do the drone delivery anyways, which
they're
is kind of funny
to do the drone delivery.
There's a lot of stuff that is potentially preventing it in some areas, but they could attach an Uber pickup service on the drone to where it can pick up a person or two and drop them off down the street.
With a little parachute.
Every time it's dropping packages. So I mean,
there's your diapers. Here's your cousin.
Yeah. What's up, Sandy?
Hey, long time no see.
I got your cookies. I also brought you a deli sandwich.
Yeah,
super expensive.
You're gonna love this thing. Yeah, so they're gonna do that, and the VTOLs is separate than this though, but they're the exact same damn thing. They're just smaller. And what's worse is I think currently the license is also the same to fly both.
Okay, so back to that flying car. What type of license would that take? What type of insurance would you have to have?
Who knows? It's a helicopter.
So then it's not a car.
It's not a car. That's right. It's not going to be a car.
Why list it as a flying car?
I'm saying flying car because it's not. What is the name of this? Why can I never remember the name? Reinvent technology. RTP. So RTP, I was in and out of because it did not do. All SPACs have done kind of horrible and then growth. So this is RTP. This is Joey. This is the flying car, as I call it. But it's not a flying car. I'd like to call it a flying car because the general idea when you think of flying car, you think of a car that happens to fly you everywhere you go, right? But that's not how it's going to work. How it's going to work is you're going to get in a car that you probably don't even own because it's going to come from Walmart and it's going to come pick you up. And you're going to not even be facing the road or whatever. It's autonomous, whatever. Or you buy a self-driving EV and it drives you around. And then if you needed to get to an airport or you needed to get from San Diego to LA or LA to San Francisco, any of these areas where they're talking about doing high-speed rail, New York to Washington, D.C., areas like that, you would hop in instead of a helicopter, which me and you don't do this. There are people that do this, right? So,
how do you know I don't do this?
Okay, so you do this. I don't do this. I'm the airplane guy, and then there are other people that do the. So I've taken like the San Diego to Sacramento trip, right? The business fly there, and it's pretty fast. It's not bad, and you wouldn't want to take a helicopter in it. But if I'm going to LA, I'm not taking a flight from San Diego. I'm driving from San Diego to LA reluctantly, because anytime LA and driving are in the same sentence, I'm reluctant.
I mean, I don't blame you. But as a comment that you made earlier, if they're attempting to get it down to $5 a mile or whatever, I mean, look at it this way. It's like $6 a gallon of gas in downtown LA right now. So, I mean, you're not really losing that much money. If anything, you're avoiding traffic and I mean, you're still losing, but I mean, just
you're buying time.
Peacefulness of the travel.
It's the same as a person who uses a cab in New York, which almost everyone there has to do, but you're buying time is what you're doing. If you have the income to do it, you're paying an additional amount of money to save 30 minutes to 50 minutes.
I still wouldn't do it though, because it's not safe. But
none of this is safe, man. Robots everywhere making sandwiches.
I'm just fuck. Maybe that's where the robots went. The place was closed for like 9 months. I mean, those were small robots. They could have stored them.
That's why that company is worth $100 million, because they actually made sandwiches with robots. Oh, geez.
That's why only one person is needed to work there. Yes. And that wasn't an answering machine you got earlier. That was the robot.
It was. He was faking me out.
Please leave.
Okay, I think I broke something here. Oh, that's why. I did break something. There we go. Crypto, US, finance.
All right. Next topic from Flying Cars. What are we going over?
Okay, next topic, real quick. I gotta look at the Doge Coin price. I'll be very brief. I have to look. It has to be done because it's important.
Somebody invested.
No, I'm out. I got out of it.
Oh, you sold it already, yeah?
I was in, and then I got out, and damn it. No, actually, it's fine. It's fine.
Did it go up? Did it go up?
It did. It did go up.
You would have made 3 cents instead of 1.
Yes, that's true. It would have been, and that would have been better, because trying to making these 2-cent jumps are, pretty painful. I'll be honest with you. Let's see here. Everything appears to be the same. That's insane. That's insane. Oh my God. Okay, next on the list. Okay. Walmart, IVO, we already went over him. We're gonna skip that. Okay, so Ride, I guess. I'm gonna skip Ride. Okay, we'll cover Ride very quickly, and then we'll move on to Playboy, because I feel like we have to talk about Playboy. But first, we're gonna cover.
This is a children's show.
Oh, okay. Then we're gonna talk.
Dare you?
Then we'll talk about Playboy and not the Ride. So Lordstown Motors, which is also known as Ride, which is done in a SPAC, is going to be doing the San Felipe 250 off-road race.
Like 250 miles, or?
I guess. I don't, I didn't look into this too much. They're out in the desert. They're driving. There's these cars. And these guys are involved in it. So it's a race. I don't think that they're all autonomous. I think it's just this one, and I don't know if this one's driving as an autonomous vehicle.
It's already happening. I mean, it's April 14th through 18th.
This is happening right now. So I guess they're there.
Yeah, it's happening right now. So BF Goodrich score, Baja 500, blah 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 blah. Qualifying results. Who is it?
It's Lordstown Motors or Ride, RIDE, or Lordstown.
Trophy check spec. No, this just has like the location. Where are they from?
I always get this wrong. Pennsylvania, I believe. Reveals Endurance Racing. Okay, so I'm gonna click on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Always easier to see video.
Because I'm looking at qualifiers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they made it. Yeah, this is the vehicle.
Only pay for what you
Who is this? No, I don't want to get in trouble from the news. Let me go to Lordstown Motors. They won't.
Score and race schedule.
This is it right here. This is their electric vehicle truck. It's a shame the Hummer didn't.
Yeah, so register and qualification teams only. Qualifying day on-site check-in begins. Tech and contingency is what's happening today. Tomorrow is the start of the San Felipe 250, and then the 18th is the awards. So if they are doing this, well, I mean, they're already doing this, but if this company is doing this, this company is going to be doing it as of tomorrow. Like, they'll be engaged in the race. So if they're going to be engaged in the race, like, let's look back, think of movies, for instance. Like, if we look at movies, now keep in mind you're muted, by the way, but if we look back at movies and we think of, let's go with Speed Racer. When motor companies have a new machine that they're investing in and it performs well, extremely well, and wins races, the stocks in that publicly traded company go up.
Do they?
Yeah, it proves how much, like, how good of a product it is.
How badass they are. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. Car goes fast. Company non-related, like Kodak.
That's why they go to these races, and that's why, for instance, like NASCAR. Like, I hate NASCAR. I mean, who the fuck? I mean, obviously, people like watching cars go in circles for like fucking 500 laps. I mean, I don't know why.
There was a time where I did that.
But I mean, there's a reason why you see like Ford, Honda, Dodge, like all these different companies. It's because these companies are building these cars and these companies are sponsoring these specific racing teams, because if that specific driver does well, that company can end up getting a return in reference to its holdings, because it's showing that they have good work. It's just something to think of. Are you looking up that vehicle right now? Is that the video that you're watching? Or?
This is the video of them getting ready for the race. They say the title of it is that it takes work. Getting to Baja takes work.
And this is an electric vehicle, though, that they made, right?
They make electric autonomous vehicles. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lordstown Motors, which was previously...
There's nobody driving this.
It used to be owned by GM, I believe. Not technically, so I don't know. As the story goes, basically, if I remember correctly, GM had this big plant. They put the plant out of business, and somebody swooped in and was like, we're going to start our own company. We got all these people that know how to make cars. So it used to be like, it's like populated with ex-GM employees. Technically.
Right.
None of these statements that I'm saying are correct or should be said or have I heard said in this way. And I feel like it's...
Wow, they don't even show you the car because they're probably waiting until the event.
No, it's in the other video. It's a nice look. This is car. Oh, stop. And that's not CGI. That's a vehicle.
Yeah, so this is a real one, and there's nobody driving it. There's not a person in that vehicle.
No, I don't know that. There probably is somebody in it, and I don't know if they're actually running.
I mean, all
Yep,
electric.
there's somebody.
There's probably somebody in it.
Yeah, there's somebody in there right there. Then the thing about it is, too, is it's just an electric vehicle. Like, nobody's pushing the autonomous thing as much, which Tesla definitely has a lock on. And DARPA, for years, has done a race through the desert for autonomous vehicles.
Nice looking truck, though.
It is. It's a look.
It looks like a Toyota, though.
Lordstown Motors is like good. Like they make like a killer looking product. And I'm pretty sure, like, technically I like GM, so I should be liking it. A bunch of people can be very happy. Yeah, that's all the people in there. So, like, this building or another building in the area was like a GM plant, I think, that, like, went out of business. And, like, most of these people work for GM.
I feel like the front end of that truck that we just saw in the video needs to have an HP emblem on the front. Like, it just looks like it could roll up and be like, this truck brought to you by Hewlett Packard.
yeah, it does. I see that. It's like the printer.
Yeah. This is why our printers don't work, because all the good shit's in the vehicle.
They make them in orange.
When the video catches up, sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, now the orange, I'm like, that's a good color. But,
the orange?
Okay. So we're looking at this company. Why though? Like, are they showing an increase in their stock?
No, so they're not yet. Now here's the interesting thing on it is they're supposed to be hitting the race tomorrow or whenever. I'm not 100% on that. I'm basing that off of what you told me. So
assuming they qualified, yes, the race is tomorrow.
I wonder if they didn't qualify. So if they did qualify, and then the race is tomorrow, and then they're in the race. A few things I heard a few people say. I guess the real question is can they finish the race? Because the question isn't. I don't think that it's autonomous. I think the question is that it's electric, and will the battery make it the 250 miles while pushing it to the limit?
Okay. So
I don't know.
I would have imagined that a company like this that is putting things on the line for an investment like this, because again, if this thing finishes and performs well, they will see an increase in the stock. Like we'll keep an eye on this, because if it turns out that they perform well, we'll see how it ends, close tomorrow or even the next day. But so next week we'll have to come back to this to try to see if there was a change. However,
I'll be watching it tomorrow. Or no, yeah, next week. You're right, Monday, and I won't be watching it. I'll be in the woods.
Yeah, you'll be camping. However, with a truck, they could have, now it didn't look like it in the video, but they could have had solar panels on it as well to kind of help, get back some of that energy that it's losing in reference to, what it might need. However, again, though, they still probably would have tested it and know that by pushing it to the limit, that it would be able to do, say 350, 400 miles rather than this 250. Like, people being concerned that it's not going to make it because of them pushing it to the limit, I feel as if any motor company would have tested their product to make sure it could. Before, because if it doesn't, the stock could take a dive.
It might take a dive even if it makes it. So I'm sure.
I mean,
I'm sure it'll make it.
Okay, so even if it makes it, but if it like gets like top 3,
I don't know if it'll win the race. The question is will it finish the race? And the truth is, I'm pretty sure they could just on this one. That last video was showing a truck getting ready to be built for it, so they could just daisy chain on another battery basically, and it would have an additional battery that the truck normally doesn't come with when you purchase the truck. But for this instance, they have this battery, pull the switch, battery switches.
They have multiple capacitors to charge one while while the other one's in use. So yes, I can see that, but at the same time, I I'd be curious to see how the stock goes by next week.
It'll be interesting. So here's a few problems with it.
It's already started to die based off your graph.
Yeah, but not because of that. So this dive is on February 21st when all tech and growth stocks fall. So this is just something that has happened recently. On February the 21st, tech stocks and growth stocks like this is a stock that basically is saying in the future, we're going to be awesome. But today, we just have like some really great ideas and here's proof of concept. And people are like, yeah, here's money, bro. And they just give them a bunch of money. And then we trade the stocks up and down, right? And on February 21st, the world said, fuck that. Oil, banks, clothing for some reason, stuff that we know, value stuff.
Been over this.
Yeah, back to ship away. These are the things we know are going to be good. This is what we're buying. And tech stocks, you're out of luck. We're selling off and taking our money and putting it into oil and ExxonMobil, right? And so a lot of stocks have recuperated since then, but this one didn't. And it's not just this one. It wasn't EV cars. A lot of it has to do with a combination of one EV, and then the other part is tech specs. So basically, you have two different kinds of things. One is an IPO, and the other one is a spec. I forgot the acronym there, but it's they take a stock and it's at $10 and it trades forever at whatever it wants to. Here's an example of one. It's called IPOF, which I was a bag holder for quite some time, and it went all the way up to $15.85, and it's a publicly traded company, but it's not a company yet. So this company currently has nothing. But one day, at some point, and the people who own it hope soon, Chamath will come out and say, we're going to merge with this company. And so they could go to, for instance, what I would love to see, but it won't be the case. But they could have went to Elon Musk and Starlink and said, we will merge with you and we will become one company. And this is how we will get Starlink to become a publicly traded company like overnight. Not overnight, but it's a lot faster than an IPO.
Okay.
And so that's what happened with Ride and Lordstown Motors. It was a SPAC deal. And there's like a lot of SPACs, and they were very popular and experienced a lot of growth. And right now, like the market has been kind of like a big fuck you to SPACs. And so there's a chance that tomorrow, no matter what happens, this stock won't even move.
Quite possible. I mean, it really is, especially given the Lordstown Motor. If it's not a well-known motor company,
this is
in
the market.
In reference to like consumer market,
no, not in consumer market yet.
Then it probably won't see a large jump. However, if it was a consumer branded item and they were rolling out this new eco-friendly electronic, blah, 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 like, so just imagine like, Dodge decided to enter a race and they came out with, this electric vehicle and it's like a 500-mile long, off-road shit, just like this. Dodge could see an increase if it, one, finishes the 500 miles and two, does well. And it's just simply because people are now going to want to invest because they showed the quality of this product works. And logically that makes sense. But I mean, the electric cars are definitely safer than the fucking Flying Cadillac. I'll give you that much.
Yeah, but the electric cars are just a gateway to Flying Cadillacs.
Nope.
And autonomous robots that are going through your stores and taking inventory.
Yeah, Skynet.
They are Skynet. And then they're flying around, they're dropping off packages and dropping off their cousins and moving on. All right, so that's Lordstown Motors, SharpLink, Playboy. So this is another SPAC, right? So we got Playboy here.
No, Playboy's a real thing.
Yeah, and it's a SPAC, isn't it? Pretty sure it's a SPAC.
I mean, the way you were describing the spec as being something that's not real.
No, no,
But
no. It's real. Just like Lordstown Motors is real. You saw that truck is real. That factory in that video, like these workers, like it's a real company. There's no doubt about it.
Is that an increase since COVID?
What, this right here?
At the Playboy.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes. So
big material.
so it's not just because of COVID, though. So yeah,
Wow.
this is Playboy.
I can't go anywhere. I might as well just bust out the lotion.
Let's see. Playboy Group Inc. is a pleasure and leisure company. The group serves consumers in 4 major categories, namely sexual wellness, style and apparel, gaming and lifestyle, and beauty and grooming.
Gaming?
Playboy game. I don't know.
Yeah, like this.
It's multiplayer. Oh, wait, no. No, Playboys are only single player, baby.
Virtual reality.
Company's flagship consumer brand is the Playboy. It is one of the most recognized iconic brands in the world, driving more than $3 billion in global consumer spend annually across 180 countries. Oh, I guess everyone likes it. So I'm not going to click their website link because I don't know what kind of rules are. But Playboy, so Playboy, I'm pretty sure is a SPAC. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. So this thing is basically riding on. So yeah, it looks like a SPAC because it's $10. They all basically open at 10 on a warrant, and the thing rides on 10. And so up to this point, nobody knows it's Playboy, right? And then the guessing begins. What is it? Is it this? Is it that? Is it this? And let me see. We can go to. I'm going to open up this. We're going to put that, and we're going to type in PLBY, and then all the way down February 11th. So Roth Capital was the SPAC. Common stock buy rating. Nope, that's the first buy. But I'm pretty sure it started around this point. So somewhere around February, it becomes real that this is happening. Yep. And then boom, this thing just goes through the roof. Now, here's what's important about it is Playboy isn't just a company in its own. Right now, any company that says the word NFT, which is a non-fungible token, which is a cryptocurrency term, anyone who says that term basically is either going to do well on the news or it's going to tank on the news. There we go. Playboy NFTs coming soon. So NFTs are basically like you take a
So I'm going to
Doge
take a
coin.
picture of my man boobs, and I'm going to turn that into currency?
Into a cryptocurrency that cannot be changed. So basically, when you buy, all cryptocurrency is a series of numbers, right?
So toe picks count too?
What's that?
Toe picks count too?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
So you get yourself a picture of your man boobs and your toe picks, and you put it together, and then you put a Doge Coin symbol on top of it, and then you can put a soundtrack on it, and then you can put a hash on it through a non-fungible token and say, this is the number that says this is the authentic first copy. This is the original, or this is an acceptable owned copy, even. So without getting too much into detail on what NFTs are.
So basically, Playboy is trying to work on releasing their own cryptocurrency just for a way for them to make more money?
No. Now, see, it sounds like that. It does sound like that. You're reading it right, but it's not. It's actually utilizing blockchain, which is cryptocurrency rides on the blockchain. Right? It's utilizing the blockchain to identify that something is unique. So it's like a certificate of ownership or a certificate of authenticity. They're using cryptocurrency. They're using the blockchain ledger, which is, so I take a picture of your toes, right? As sick as it is. And I then take a code and say, this number, this password authenticates that this is correct. And then every time that picture of your toes is traded or sold or resold in the open market, there's a ledger attached to the original code that shows that it was your toes and the authentic picture of your toes.
This is already done with artwork.
Yes, it's done with artwork. Mm-hmm.
This is already done with artwork, and the artist gets a kickback as long as they have that original ledger every time it sells. So if it's sold for $1 and they get 10%, they're basically getting 10 cents every time it sells. So basically, from my understanding, what this is Playboy is now trying to find a way for them to sell their products digitally and then resell their products digitally from that initial person that bought them so that they still get a kickback rather than all the file sharing that people do and pirating.
Sure. And even if now they may go for the kickback, they don't have to. They can avoid but they can avoid the kickback and just have it be that their products are going to have like this intrinsic value that can rise and fall with market demand over time, which will still increase their own value as a company.
It honestly just sounds stupid.
But it's genius. So the general idea is, it's the future. Art, it's going to happen.
Genius. It makes sense for art.
Is Playboy not art?
Porn is not art.
That would be debatable. I would have to say that Hugh Hefner would debate that with you. I don't know if he would actually debate it, but he would probably say, no, it is art, maybe. But I don't know if he would actually get into a debate with somebody. Probably not. He doesn't seem like the kind of person to sit down and debate with you.
They probably wouldn't have the strength to, anyways. But
it's possible. So that's that. And then after that, that's it. The last one. I mean, we had 2 others that I skipped. Don't matter. Eli, golf in the season. We're kind of stretching time.
So we went
camping
over
stocks. Yeti.
The
camping stock. Yeti, Yeti, that company that,
of course,
like the status symbol camping product. Yeti.
Coolers, Yeti coolers,
coolers and shirts and whatever else they make,
cups and everything else, merch and whatnot. So basically, we've gone over joking cryptocurrency that is actually making people money, even though it was designed as a joke. Embezzlement at the deli shop.
Now, hey. You said embezzlement, not me, Tony. I didn't say like that.
All right, so that's fine. So Anthony, it was him. But flying fucking car vehicles, Cadillacs, whatever, sure. Uber services, food services, like financial services. We talked about a lot of shit today.
We did. I think
the most important thing is that all this stuff, it's not worth the investment. Nope.
What are you talking about? Here's what determines the worth of an investment.
You right? Do realize you have to turn others away to make it lower in order for you to buy it at a low price. No.
So I don't invest. So I have a lot of my own personal beliefs, right? I don't think that the robots should take over the world. I don't like Skynet. I don't think that water should cost and it should be free. And I'm a utopian kind of guy. I'm kind of a hippie. You know what I mean? Like I'm a hippie person. I believe free love and free food for everybody, right?
I mean, you do think Playboy is art. So all right, yeah continue.
Yeah, I think Playboy is art. I'm a socialist at heart, but I'm a capitalist at the keyboard. So at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is, are the stocks going to go up or down? And if I buy it at $10 and it goes to 20, it has value. And I've seen that it has value. And the person who buys it from me when I sell it at $20 sees that it has value, because if I don't sell it, it's not real. If nobody buys it, it's not.
I mean, I can sell spirit in a box,
Somebody
and
buys it.
even though technically speaking, there's not a real spirit in it, but the description says it comes with a spirit, and then I sell a stray cat with it as a homing detection device to make sure your spirit is still there.
Sure.
That could make a lot of money.
That's true. And it doesn't mean that the spirit is correct if somebody pays for it, but it does mean that there is a value in the product. There is a value in the product spirit in a box. So just because a product costs $2 million per shirt, just because this deli sells for $14, what, $9 at the last time we checked at the end of the close here?
Yeah, the HWIN, let's see this.
$12. It's back up to 12 again. How did it get back up to 12?
Yeah, $12.99. That's where it's been since. Well, it's gone down 51 cents at the close.
Just
so it was back above 13 at the close, and it's gone down 51 cents since then.
Just because everyone has put their money where their mouth is. These 60 investors have.
I mean. Yeah,
they said this deli's worth $100 million. They said it, and they took their money out of their pockets, gave it to some broker guy, or however they invested it, and put it into the company in a publicly traded thing. And whether it's a cryptocurrency or it's an equity, a stock, it's the same thing. They've decided it has value. Now, what people make their decisions based off of, that's a different story.
Mic off. Mic on.
So people may make their decisions based off of it.
I still don't believe it's
fundamental analysis and technical analysis are what people technically, I guess, make decisions what a stock is valued at. But obviously, this deli they did not make the decision based off of fundamental analysis. And if you look at the stock, you could say technically it's been on the rise, and so why wouldn't it be on the rise? I guess you could say on the technical analysis you could do it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you go to this deli and they don't even sell sandwich.
It really doesn't.
Right? And so the best sandwich they make, some stocks, they make a better sandwich, and the world says, it's a better sandwich. But look, if this deli started selling 1 million sandwiches a day, it still wouldn't matter for 3 months because their earnings wouldn't come out for a quarter. And so they could get 1 million sales tomorrow, and it shouldn't move the stock unless there's a press release about it.
Given the location, anyways, in New Jersey and how hard the East Coast was hit with COVID, it's still not going to happen.
Well, the fact that they only have one employee, it's not going to happen. This poor lady, unless they...
How do we know she's even still there?
How do we know the whole plan wasn't from the beginning for these guys to buy a bunch of robots? And they got robots making sandwiches. We don't know that, do we?
We don't know that. And this stock is so valuable because the robots are making food for the Walmart employees that they're, getting ready to release.
Yes, which allows them to save a little bit of extra discretionary spending to buy Playboy NFTs.
Yeah, and then send out some employee bonuses of Doge Coin.
Yeah. Oh my God! Imagine your boss tells you, "Look, I'm giving bonuses to everyone.
Everyone's getting 100 cryptocurrency."
At the end of the year, you saw that Bitcoin price, how fast it moves. Dogecoin, same thing. We're getting 100 of them at the end of the year. Screw you. Who knows what the price is going to be? You'd probably be in good hands.
Last year you guys got a $1,200 bonus. So, we wanted to do the same, but with the economy, we couldn't. But we found a way around it. We got you 1,200 Dogecoins. Enjoy.
Or worse. You know what? To tell you the truth, I don't know. What would you rather have? A Dogecoin, which could at any time be worth $1 to say 100 Dogecoin. Which right now are like 35 cents a piece or 38 cents a piece, somewhere fluctuating between that general region, or one Playboy NFT, which currently would be worth whatever the opening price is, the Playboy NFT, it'd be the Playboy NFT. Because an NFT So there's been NFTs.
Honestly, I mean, you really don't need to continue.
million.
If you're asking me which one I would rather have, I would have to go with the Playboy NFT because our society is developed around sex. I don't care who you are, like it's gonna sell.
But
it's gonna have value, regardless.
Dogecoin is currency.
High value. I don't care.
Our society is developed around currency. It starts with sex,
what
right?
do they use that currency for?
For sex, exactly. So what's more valuable, the actual sex or the currency that buys the sex?
Well, you're not even buying the sex. I mean,
no, of course, you're buying an image. You're buying proof that you have an authentic copy of the original image that anybody can copy of the picture of the sex. Or they're related to the sex.
They're going to pay me every time they use it.
Not necessarily. That's not necessarily true. That's a possible case of an NFT.
How they're definitely being used right now, so I'm going to assume that is the goal.
So there's one NFT sold recently, like a month or so ago, and all this hype went crazy for like $65 million, right? So a guy comes out and he's like, here's this thing. It's an NFT now. It's a picture of, I don't know, gorilla or something, an ape. I don't know. And then they're like, okay, it's worth 5,000. Someone else is like, it's worth 500.
Thanks, Rich.
5,500. And it goes and it goes and they auction and it goes off. And eventually someone puts up $65 million and goes, it's worth $65 million. It's mine. And they buy this, whatever it was, for, let's see, what is it? Okay, let's get to the bottom of this report. NFT, 65 million. Let's see, what was it?
Pokemon.
Final sell price could shift 69 Christie's. A non-fungible token sold by the artist Beeple sold at Christie's for over 60 million, making it the most NFT ever sold at auction. The final sale price could shift higher as final bids are processed and auction fees are added. This is from March. 69 million from CNBC. I don't know who Beeple is, but Mike Winkleman, I guess, is Beeple. Smash Records with a Christie's auction. So whoever Mike Beeple is, do you know who that is? Mike Winkleman, aka Beeple.
Not off the top of my head, let's see.
I don't know. That's whoever he is, and whatever art he does.
Neither one of us have eaten yet. There, Rich. We're talking about food a lot.
Yeah, I get Thai food. I mean, he's a guy who makes. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he made like a Kim Jong Un NFT. It's something to do with art. Honestly, you got
that is fucking weird. That Pikachu Buzz Lightyear Kim Jong Un.
You saw that's crazy. I don't know what's going on, but that, that's the thing, is it doesn't have to give a royalty every time it's resold. You can make it to have a royalty. You can do that with music. So an artist can come out, and this is like utopian vision once again. Red Hot Chili Peppers can come out with their new song, right? And they can sell that song to you. And every time someone buys that song legitimately, a portion goes back to them, or it increases the value of that token. And then all of these things, depending on how it's done, but in most cases, I believe, are based off of this right here, which is Ethereum, the big winner. So you have Bitcoin, Doge Coin, you have all these different coins, but really all about Ethereum today. Or it will be, anyways, which is currently $2,429 a coin.
Fuck.
And keep in mind that this was what, 25th, it was 1,500.
I want that for my Christmas bonus.
Ethereum? Yeah. Yeah, my boss told me they would give me So here's the thing, like Bitcoin is at some insane number right now, 60,000 or whatever, and it was recently at 63,000, I think, on the high. Fine. 61,590, and Bitcoin may go up, but Bitcoin will probably eventually cap itself out 150. That's debatable. I don't want to get into all that nonsense. Everyone says a different thing, and it would take forever to get to 150, or maybe not. But
Jeez.
even if it goes above it, it's going to round out about 150. At least that's what Goldman Sachs says. Not Kumar. I don't think he said it. He goes about 100. And it's what some other people say. But Ethereum, we don't know. Ethereum's a little bit more, I don't know. It's a tough one. And it's being redesigned, and Ethereum 2.0 is coming out. And Ethereum's about to have a huge earthquake occur, like a digital earthquake about to occur with Ethereum. And Ethereum
I mean, these
2.0
currencies, even with it not having a big earthquake or big jump, for instance, in regards to its activity, it's still expensive, especially considering that's one coin is valued at that. All right. So then what are these coins normally used for to purchase? Like, am I going to go to a website and use my Ethereum currency, and instead of getting back a different Bitcoin, of the same value that my change would be, or are they just going to give me a bunch of Doge coins to make up the difference? I mean, what?
You could. I wouldn't. So
I wouldn't either.
So, for instance, if you wanted to go to Amazon, here's a good example. If I wanted to go to Tesla right now, I can use Dogecoin to buy a Tesla, I believe.
That's going to take a lot of Dogecoin.
Yes, it would take a lot of Dogecoin.
A lot of Dogecoin
to buy Tesla. Will that show it?
Or buy a Tesla.
Finance, News 18, Forbes. I just want to go to Tesla and buy a damn Dogecoin buy a Tesla with Dogecoin. Is that how I buy Teslas? Tesla shop. There we go. Maybe I can buy a flamethrower. Apparel. Go.
I mean, I have a flamethrower.
There's a men's shirt right there. I'm going to add it to the cart. Okay, let's go to my cart.
Where's the flamethrower section?
All right, fine. The flamethrower section. Lifestyle. I mean, what is that? What the fuck? Tesla tequila? $250.
Seriously?
It's out of stock.
It doesn't surprise me, though.
Somebody bought all the dip. Okay.
I mean, it's a pretty cool bottle, though.
It is. I think the flamethrowers are also and some people got mad about the flamethrowers, and then he took the flamethrowers and went out and like burnt some shit up with them because
all the agave tequila's gone.
That's what happened. He bought all the tequila and then he burnt it up. He's like, fine. I don't know. So,
anyways, checking out.
Okay, here's a shirt. Here's a Tesla shirt. It's elite, sexy shirt, right? I'm gonna add to my cart. I have to pick a size. There. That's my size. There we go. Out. I'll add in my credit card right now. I'm going to continue as a guest. Okay. Here, hold on. I'm going to get this off of our stream real quick.
Fair enough.
I don't accidentally.
Better make sure it doesn't throw up personal info.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that Jersey Deli's going to be coming for your ass.
No, right? I know. It's only a matter of time. This is what I've decided. So I've dug some trenches around the house. I'm ready. I'm just saying.
We heard you got a boat and you like to swim.
Look, I didn't move out to the middle of nowhere for nothing. I did this all with the intention to make sure that if the Jersey Deli got out of control, I'd be able to handle this. So there's
I'm clicking accept cookies, but it just will not let me accept cookies from your screen.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, bad Tesla. Bad.
All right.
Because I'm not seeing the option to buy with Dogecoin.
Like $30 or something?
It's like $30, and I don't see the option to pay with Dogecoin.
Okay, regardless, it's pointless because it's like 37 cents for $1, right? Like you're spending it, or it's worth 37 cents a coin, or 0.037 cents. I forget where the fuck
It
it
should
was.
be around 38 right now, is my guess, somewhere in that. 36
Okay, anyway.
to 42.
So it costs you how much to buy one coin? Like how much USD? Like $1 USD gets you
38 cents USD
coins?
gets you one coin.
Okay.
So 2.5. I mean 3. But here, okay. So here's the answer to your question, right? So if I was going to buy something if I was going to buy a Tesla, I'd use Dogecoin or I'd use Bitcoin, and the transfer of the funds would be instant, and the cost of transferring the funds would be negligible, and it would be kept on a ledger, and it'd be secure, and it'd also be somewhat anonymous. Everyone says it's anonymous. Most time it's not. But it would be definitely subject to inflation of the coin or deflation or market fluctuation, I guess really is the right term. Anyways, so that's what I would do with Doge or Bitcoin. That's a cryptocurrency. Now, Ethereum is a cryptocurrency, but to transfer funds through Ethereum would cost more money because there's a price for transferring that goes, without going into detail, let's just say it costs more money to transfer funds using Ethereum. I'd lose money. Never transfer using Ethereum if I can avoid it. In addition to that, Ethereum's use case is not technically that it's a currency, is that I can take an Ethereum coin, right? I can take one of them, which is currently, what was it, 2,800, 2,500, somewhere around that USD, USD, and is 24.29. So I take $2,429. I buy one Ethereum coin, right? I apply computer code to the code because that's all it is a code that we have all the same ledger, it's called, that we've all reported the process of the sale. So it's like a big ass receipt that a bunch of people keep. And so if you look at the receipt, you know I own it because we all have the exact same damn receipt. That's the ledger, right? Without getting into all that, I then take one of these coins and I apply code to that coin, and it's called a DApp. And an NFT is like a DApp, I guess. I thought it was a DApp, but I guess it's like a DApp. Anyways, whatever. So I apply one of the coins as an NFT now, and that code is now associated with that Ethereum coin. So now that Ethereum coin that sold for like 65 million is authenticated by one staked Ethereum coin. And I don't know how many that NFT was staked, but that's a really bad example of it and a bad explanation. So,
you can work on that for next time.
Yeah.
But regardless, I don't see any need personally to invest in any of the Bitcoins. But that's just because I'm what's the point of investing USD in other currency that could potentially be lower than the USD rather than the USD you had to begin with? I mean, it's that in my opinion is it's too risky unless you have that additional allowance to basically throw away. Otherwise,
then you'd invest in USD Tether. That's what you had mentioned that earlier, and that's the BTC USDT. So you'd invest in Tether, and Tether is supposedly backed. Never mind, because I don't believe it anyways. Tether is supposed to have dollar per dollar in the Tether coin is supposed to be backed a $1 in actual cash.
Like how our gold is, or our currency is supposed to be backed by the gold value that's in Fort Knox.
Our currency stopped being backed by gold when who was the guy who did the New Deal?
What New Deal?
The New Deal. The New Deal. He's got that big face. He also did the Panama. No, not the Panama. He's got the big face. The New Deal guy. I forgot it. I'm burnt for the day, but anyways, he's the one that took us off the gold standard, and so yeah, the dollar is no longer backed by the gold standard. We're now fiat currency that is Bitcoin hit a lot of, so this is okay. So here's the use case for Bitcoin or Dogecoin for that matter. In like Somalia or something like that, one of those countries, they had like a lot of debt. Remember when the housing market happened?
Yeah.
2008, and the world was like, oh shit, right? It wasn't just America, it was like the world. Greece was like, austerity. Everyone kept saying austerity.
Greece was still having issues even before COVID. I mean,
Are they? Yeah, they're screwed, right?
They were, yeah. Like the country was completely like bankrupt. They wouldn't even allow people to have money at the ATMs, and that was still happening like a year ago, like or two, like still happening before COVID. It was crazy.
It may happen. Yeah, so
it's probably still happening.
So Somalia or Zimbabwe, one of the two, I can't think of which one. I think it's Somalia. Had a similar problem, right? But they each, a lot of these people that have their own currency, they have a printing press that makes the currency, right? Like we have J Power. Anyways, so they decided we just print money. And so Zimbabwe, they just like printed a bunch, or no, Somalia, I can't remember. Anyways, they just printed a bunch of fucking money. They just kept printing money. And they kept printing money and they kept printing money. Well, eventually, a loaf of bread that we say $1, it costs $1, and it bucks for that, whatever. Who knows? Whatever it costs, let's call it $1. It cost $1. But then because they kept printing money, inflation caught up to their currency, and it would cost like $1 million for a loaf of bread. Or like like they literally to pay for a loaf of bread, you'd have to grab a wheelbarrow filled with dollar bills and carry it because they were worth less than Dogecoin. But with Dogecoin and Bitcoin, right? And that's because of a decision that the government made. Now, not our government, their government, but our government makes decisions too. Everyone's government's decisions. With something like Bitcoin or Dogecoin or things like that, these governments can't make that decision to cause inflation. So they can do whatever they want, and inflation can occur, and it will not affect the actual price of Bitcoin or Dogecoin, if that makes sense. So now they can use these currencies. That's why Turkey, one of the reasons, sure, why Turkey is, made it illegal to use cryptocurrency right now, and why some other countries have attempted to do the same thing, because it removes their power as a country, and why it was a huge fear for America. Moves their power as a country to control and manipulate the value. A little scary. Anyways.
Mic off.
Well, it just gives us more things to look into and to definitely talk about. However, in reference to this,
I'll order for sure.
I think next week we're definitely going to come back to the Lordstown Motors, just to double check in reference to how their stock is going. Honestly, I mean, we'll probably give it a week or two, and we're going to check back in on the deli. We're going to try calling them again. Otherwise, though, I mean, is there anything else that we want to go over today?
No, I think I'm good. I'm going to get Thai food. So, and maybe buy some Dogecoin in a little bit. So,
don't do that, man. Dodge it. Dodge the Doge.
No, wait.
Dodge the Doge.
Look, I just want to get it. I want to try and make 3 to 5 cents if I can per transaction, and that's it.
Fair enough.
Why not?
Fair enough.
Make 3 cents on a trade per coin.
I don't think it's worth the time, realistically. But that's me. However,
I feel like I failed today because I missed out on a couple. I had to run. The kids came down, and I had left. I was holding it at the time when I had my finger on the trigger to sell it, and then I had like a little thing with my daughter, and I had to run and leave. And I walked out for the course of the day at Dogecoin at 24% gain. So. That's pretty fucking good. I mean, it's not.
That's good with any stock, in my opinion, to get a 24% gain. The problem is like it's pennies and nickels over dollars and hundreds. I mean, that's
the thing. That's the thing with Dogecoin. There's literally billions of dollars transferred, so you can take as much money as you want. You can take $100,000, and if I would have done what I did today with $100,000, I would have made $24,000.
I mean,
It's 24.
looking at it that way.
Yeah, it's relative to how much you decide you're willing to risk. But the more you put in, the more you risk, the more you have at risk. So anyways, I would not advise most people to do it. Like if you were asking me right now, should I invest in Dogecoin? I'd say hell no. That's what I've said since the beginning. However, I am currently doing it, but that's because I've been watching crypto stocks since the great fall of whenever. For a while, when I was running telemarketing rooms, I had the computers actually using CPU mining for Bitcoin. I had telemarketing rooms, and when everybody would go home for the day, I had a pull miner running on every single box. I didn't know that Bitcoin was going to be worth a bunch of money down the road, and so I lost the keys. So there's that. Anyways, that's what
yeah. Good luck with that.
Hey, you're welcome. Well, then I will see you next week. Then enjoy your camping trip. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna get myself some food, and then I'm gonna let Jerry take over here the rest of the way.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Close. All right.
See you, man.
Toodles.
Later.
Powering off.